Ever wanted to earn money selling your own custom merch? Starting your own brand has never been easier. Head over to Printify.com and choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Opportunities are endless. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store and let your followers know. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer, no matter where they are. Let's get you started. Open a merch store with Printify today and get 2 months premium for free. Ever wanted to earn money selling your own custom merch? Starting your own brand has never been easier. Head over to Printify.com and choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Opportunities are endless. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store and let your followers know. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer, no matter where they are. Let's get you started. Open a merch store with Printify today and get 2 months premium for free.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again at the Goexanimo studios. We have a super interesting day in front of us, but before that, my name is V, and alongside with me is Trumpet Monkey. How are you feeling today?
Mate, I'm amped. I freaking love that transition right there. And they've even
Never
got
gets old.
Oh my god, I never get to ride the speedboat in real life as well. So
I mean,
thank you, animators. Thank you.
Exactly. Well, we'll manage something once this is all over. And speaking about over, I mean, we have had the first PUBG Pro Sessions where we already established the winner, and today is the second week of the second PUBG Pro Sessions, and we are about to crown another team here today. And I mean, we have a lot of interesting stories unfolding here, which we'll touch more upon later. But I mean, I want to say that so far we have had just packed streams with highlights, intense action, funny moments as well, and comically enough, plenty of fails as well.
Oh yeah, epic fails. I mean, look, the bigger the stage, sometimes the bigger the fail. We'll be keeping an eye out tonight for our tricycle with training wheels trophy that we're going to be handing out to the biggest fail. But no, mate, it's been epic. 4 epic weeks. Amazing teams. It's sad. I can't imagine a Friday night without PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify. So,
well, let's get to it. Let's see. Well, speaking about the teams, let's have a look at the teams that are participating here one more time to anyone who's joining in just now. The first 4 are on your screens right now. Those are Blaze, ENCE, Etiget, and GameFraym. And I mean, out of these 2, I would like to point out that Laza from Blaze currently is in the 6th position in terms of the highest damage dealer on average per round out of all participating teams here. And he's currently sitting at 328 damage per round. And I mean, what better time to have a guy like this on your team when Blaze is currently in the 3rd position in the overall standings in the second week. And I would like to also point out that ENCE pretty much a similar story, because their very own Rustan Mar, he's actually currently the 4th highest average damage dealer out of all participating teams. And ENCE, I mean, that will come in handy for them because they're currently only in the 10th position in the overall standings.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a look at the next 4 teams here: Istanbul Wildcats, Navi, Northern Lights, and Omaken Sports. And I gotta tell you, the one I want to point out here is Omaken. So our winners from session 1. Okay, can they pull a miracle? This is going to be one of our storylines we're going to be bringing up a little bit later. But can we see a miracle here? Can we see them come back and claim back-to-back session victories? Going to be very interesting.
Well, I certainly hope so. Moving on, though, the next 4 teams on your screen, that is your Erase Your Edge, Redline, Team Liquid, and Tempus. And out of these 4, I mean, my senses are telling me that from Team Liquid, we're going to finally see a bit of a different team, because back over at PCS, they've had definitely a better run than they've had overall. So I hope that that momentum will transfer over to our streams as well. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's their own pride on the line here. And for Raise Your Edge as well, last week those guys did use vehicles to actually demolish one of the participating teams. So that highlight can be found on our Twitter account to anyone who missed it. But well, will they take matters to guns this week? Time will tell, but they still have a decent shot at breaking into the top 4 in the overall standings, and they know it as well, so expect big plays from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And then closing it out, the final 4 here: Tornado Energy, TSM, Unity, and Winstreak. And of course, the big storyline here, TSM, can they hold on? That was a pretty epic performance last week. And also, from my perspective, and I don't think I'm alone. You're a massive fan as well.
Yeah.
Will VOD continue to absolutely dominate and show his godly skill set here today? I can't wait to see it. It's going to be very fun.
Yeah, well, when it's crunch time, then VARD is the one who generally does tend to show up. So let's see all the participating teams one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, chat, you know what to do. It's about that time that you let everyone know which is the team that you are going to be rooting for. Show us the names of the teams. Spam the logos. I'm sure the Banana Army, at least part of it, is here as well already. So make sure you throw in a banana or 2. Personally, I will be keeping a close eye out towards Navi, because I think they also have some very interesting plays in mind. In terms of the maps, though, we're going to have the good old approach as we did so far. So there's going to be 2 games of Miramar happening on your screens. Obviously, the good old French Riviera, located where?
The sunny French Riviera of LATAM, of course. You know, beautiful family holiday destination right there, minus the biker gangs and organized crime, and of course the Battle Royale as well.
Yeah, well, that's something the players will have to tackle. We will move on with the 2 games of Erangel, the good old classics, as you can see on your screens here as well. School, speaking of school, that also has started, so congratulations to anyone who's jumping back into the books, but we'll skip that part today. Only action on our screens. And of course, last but not least, we will have, Chris, the very famous VIP round.
Yeah, the Donok D VIP round. Look at that, the elephant in, not the room, the jungle right there.
In the Sandhog jungle,
in the Sandhog jungle. I got to tell you, it's been pretty hilarious so far, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. And, of course, you know, that's a teaser to Donok D, who we're going to have on the line in just a little bit. Very much looking forward to that. And that's a pretty fun way to end the PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify, I think.
It's been interesting with the VIP round as well. So far, we have yet to experience the game fully playing out and panning out in terms of how we envision it. But that's why it's the VIP round, because random stuff can happen along the way. Before that, though, again, to anyone that might have missed the previous week, let's have a look at the overall standings and have a quick reminder where everyone is currently sitting. So you do see that first pole position for TSM, and they secured 2 victories and a whopping 36 kill points last week, and those guys just had an insane run. I mean, if you compare their performance to the previous week, the previous sessions, they've actually doubled in terms of their performance, so I expect no less from them today. The second place taken by Navi, and I mean, Navi have been having a textbook approach in terms of how to secure yourself both kill points as well as placement points, and we'll keep a close eye out on them. Blaze Esports, I'm very happy to see them here in the 3rd position currently, also having 36 points, and realistically looking at the amount of points that they have alongside with Northern Lights here, they are, they're pretty much at the moment already sitting on cash.
Yeah. They are. And
hopefully they can follow up on that.
Not a lot of space between 3 and 4 there, but I want to give a shout out to Winstreak, who turned it around. I mean, like, we try not to be critical about anybody. They're all pro teams. They're all much better at PUBG than you or I, mate. But, you know, we were a bit disappointed with their performance from Session 1. But look at them here. Like, 5th place coming into the final match
even
day.
in Winstreak, if you compare their performance to the first session, it's an increase in 130% in their performance. And if anyone wants a breakdown of that math and how we came up with that number, just DM us, and I'll explain that in detail. Their Tornado Energy as well showing up definitely in a lot better form than we saw in the first session. I think the first session overall was just a bit of a tryout. Everyone feels out everyone else and how things are going to pan out. Istanbul Wildcats, still happy to see them in the first top 8. Obviously, they're representing their region.
Kings of Middle East Africa, absolutely. MEA, and then Omaken rounding it out, mate, with 18. But having a look there, as we're going to look at the back 8 now as well, but having a look there, you know, between first place 61 points and 8th place 18 points, Omaken. When we say one of our storylines is, can they rise from the dead? Can they come back and get another win?
We know for sure they're capable of it, right?
Exactly. But that's going to be a biblical proportion performance.
Out of the bottom 8 here, I would like to point out that Team Liquid, obviously currently in relatively no man's land, but that does mean they don't have much to lose here, so I expect ballsy plays coming out from them. And as I did say before, they have good momentum for them going back over at PCS, so hopefully that will transition over here as well. And I mean, they have such high caliber players, and again, pride on the line for Team Liquid, and they definitely need something to wake up the fans at the end of the day.
So you're saying there's a chance. There's a chance. Not to quote Dumb and Dumber. By the way, I tried to get Wardrobe to give us the Dumb and Dumber tuxedos for tonight's show and was denied. But they're saying there's a chance. So, fingers crossed, Team Liquid. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later on without getting too brutal.
But
However,
we still have something to, or rather someone to talk to.
Oh, yeah.
And that is our special guest, Danik D. Danik D, hello, good evening, and how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I mean,
Yeah.
super excited
Happy
right now
Friday.
to jump into it. Yeah, exactly. Happy
Friday.
Friday and happy times indeed. So, Danik, look, I mean, we've had 3 very intense weeks so far, and it's been filled, as I mentioned before, with action-packed moments, some fails as well, and just pretty interesting scenarios. So I was just wondering, do you have a favorite moment that you could point out for us that was something that fell into your eyes?
I think there was really a lot of different kind of highlights throughout the series, all these 3 weeks, and I'm excited for the 4th week too. But probably I would like to highlight the moment where the Warriors did clutch, and they got the victory, and that was really awesome to see such good players with such a crazy performance like Warriors. So yeah, probably that was my favorite highlight from
For sure.
from this.
All right. Well,
he's my favorite too as well. Don't
yeah,
worry, Danik
Chris
D.
has
You're
been
not
all
alone.
over him all
Yeah.
the time here
yeah.
behind the
Oh, yeah.
scenes. So he's a huge fan. You could say that for sure. And touching TSM's subject in general, last week they had an insane run with those 2 victories and 36 kills in total. And I was just wondering, looking at this insane performance as a team, do you have any tips in terms of when playing as a squad, what sort of things that you're focusing on to have performances like this?
I would say it's definitely a consistent teamwork, which players mostly are doing, like the scrims every single day. As I know, these professional teams are practicing. Of course, chemistry. Chemistry is really important in the team, that you can understand your players sometimes without him calling out some kind of moment, so he knows what to do and how to assist you from behind or in any kind of situations. And of course, yeah, consistent practicing, your personal practicing, like an individual player.
Yeah, so practice makes perfect is the bottom line here, and you
Chemistry.
need to make friends along the line
Yeah.
as well here. But I believe, Chris, you have something you wanted to
bet.
ask.
So I mean, TSM coming first place, and that's great for Danik D. Come on now, but out of the other 7 that are in the top 8 there, all the way down to Omaken on 18 points, right? Anyone that you think can actually potentially challenge them today? Have you got a dark horse from that pool of 7 there?
I would like to highlight that Navi and Northern Lights, they were being really consistent during this tournament in general. So I think we're gonna see them definitely on the top.
Absolutely. And then the reflex shots. So anyone watches your stream has seen you make insane flex shots from time to time. VOD has been doing that as well. I'm a massive fanboy of VODs now as well. Can you practice that? Is there anything you can do to practice that? Give us a tip for the noobs like me who want to go from, what am I think the guys
Silver,
gave
yeah.
a silver. Come on, tell us what we can do to practice our flex shot. Or is it just pure skill?
I'd say definitely everything is practicable, if I can use such word. And I would say it's a training map, and also you can train in different kind of apps like Aim Lab, for example, where you just like do that on the speed and accuracy, and it really develops your muscle memory, and you're gonna just do that automatically, and won't gonna even feel it. It's like, wait, was that a flick kill? That was crazy. So yeah, definitely practice makes perfect, like you did mention before.
Okay. All right.
I'm
taking notes. There we
You're
go.
taking notes, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I'm sure we're going to see you rise the ranks in the nearest days. But I absolutely agree with you, Danik D. And a huge thank you for the insights. I believe the players are starting to get ready, so we're not going to take much of your time. But we will come back to you once the time comes to approach the good old Sandhawk map. All right, so as mentioned before, well, first of all, make sure you write down those tips.
Yep.
You too, Chris.
Yep.
Those will come
Done.
in handy. And you know, talking about flick shots and any pretty much crazy shot that you actually want to practice, it's just, well, firstly, it's about actually going for that shot, right? The more you go for those shots, the more you get comfortable with them. And that's pretty much the bottom line here, right? And as Danik D mentioned before, muscle memory will become a serious aspect of your performance, and that will then transition to a skin. There was a phrase I heard a little while back, and it's actually quite a lot true. Skill is when luck becomes a habit.
I like that.
It's very true.
We should probably get that printed on a T-shirt in our own merch store. And
From Printify?
From Printify. There we go. But no, absolutely awesome. I can't wait to watch VOD again tonight. I really felt as though, from my storyline perspective anyway, that we were witnessing something truly special last week.
We need to get you like on a one-on-one call with
we
VOD, just so you
it.
can just express everything that you feel towards
It's okay. Look, we've been stalking each other on the Twitter. I felt like we were watching magic. We were watching one of those awesome moments. It was like you're at the dunk contest and MJ is taking off from the free throw line and just floating through the air and slamming it home. It was epic. The flex kill when he was the bounty last week. We tweeted it. Make sure you're checking out the Twitter, by the way. Absolutely awesome. So I'm looking for that tonight. I want to see, is he going to continue to dominate? Is he going to continue to flex? And I got to ask you as well, as a former pro player, are you just kind of in the zone? Are you in the flow there? Are you
when it happens?
Yeah, like how does that happen?
Well, I know definitely how it is to be on the receiving end of such shots as well, because trust me, not always you will come out lucky on top. But speaking about that moment, like when you are so much focused on the game, right, you pretty much consider every single option out there, and that's what really is happening in your head. You just, at any point in time, never assume you're safe. That is the first point and rule that you, especially in games like PUBG, that is something that you need to take into account. Never assume that you're safe.
Okay.
Always assume there's someone around, and you'll be surprised how many times you will come up, as victorious in the duel, just because you are trying to be so aware of every possibility that might go wrong. And ask yourself as well, right? If you find yourself, again, coming back to that situation, Vard found himself just in a single compound, nobody around, everything's dead silent. He's walking out of the building, and sometimes things just feel off a bit as well, right? So I do have a question for the chat as well. Please show some love to your favorite player. We're definitely interested to hear who has the biggest fan amounts here in the chat. So spam that. Let us know. We already know who's Chris's favorite player is. I'm sure he'll remind us a few more times.
V is for both V and Vard. There we go. So double V.
Yeah, good thing start with V.
Yeah, it's true. I can confirm. And look, joking aside, I think it's been like we've been treated to some awesome play. But I gotta, every single player in the sport arena as well has those favorite stadiums that they play in. Like, do you feel as though we've been watching the PCS, but having it, VOD's been solid throughout, of course, without a doubt. But those flex shots that we're seeing, especially in the pro sessions, is it like also a mental mindset that you're here, you're in this particular tournament, you're in this particular pro sessions, and just something comes out of you?
Well, again, it's just a matter of actually going for those shots. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's so much about the environment, but players will have more, likable maps that they do enjoy playing more. I personally don't like Miramar as much as I like Erangel, even though looking back at some of my performances, I would say I definitely do better on Miramar. And I think it's because of that reverse logic. Because I don't like the map, I need to make sure in double that I'm feeling comfortable there, and that sort of forces me to be more aware of the circumstances around. Now, something that I wanted to touch on and start to really transition here into an interesting talking point that you mentioned about Omaken beforehand, right? So, like Omaken in sessions, PUBG Pro Sessions #1, the first week they were relatively quiet, same as in sessions #2 now in the first week. And then in the second week, they realized how much they can push for, and they realized how much they can actually, I wouldn't necessarily want to use the term greed, but it's how much you realize you can actually grab for yourself with relative minimal risk. And I think that's something that we're going to see here for today for Omaken, because again, I mean, look, if Omaken managed to show us a performance that we, at least definitely haven't seen so far in terms of any participating teams here, they in theory still can grab the first place, and then we would have like a mega champion of PUBG Pro Sessions. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I think it'd be epic. I was again going to throw it back to you. Like, they've done it. The 19 kill round that you saw was incredible. 19 kill, like literally like a third of the competitive field they killed off, right? So psychologically and literally, they know they can do it again. They know they can do it again, but I don't know how you reach that Herculean effort.
Well, now everything is on the line, and now is the time when to take risks. Now, Slightly different subject, though. We have a few, well, actually just one small change here and one minor comment to add. From Unity, Horizon actually has decided to part ways with the team due to, I believe, language barrier. So that is still something to take into account. Obviously, communication is key here, and if you don't have the chance to, you know, translate your thought directly to your teammates, it can actually often backfire, and that's pretty much been the reasoning why. So Unity will be playing with the stand-in today, and that stand-in will be Diaz. So I'm very interested to see how he will perform, how it will fit in, and I think
we're hearing they're ready to go.
No, the players are just jumping in, so we still have a bit more time to fill here. But
interesting. So, like, okay, one thing Unity have been able to demonstrate, if everyone recalls, with 2 days before the tournament kicked off, okay, with potential combined teams with Unity, okay, and then Unity were destroyed, just destroyed everybody, right? It was fantastic.
In the first weeks,
in the first week. And so, lo and behold, now we've got a little bit more adversity, another name thrown into the mix, and Diaz, okay, and who I wanted to call Daizy and was corrected very harshly, but fairly. And now he's thrown into the mix. Are we expecting that shaking things up is going to see another epic Unity performance here?
Well, worked great for them last time.
Right?
Why wouldn't be great this time as well? And for QB from Redline, I think he's going through a bit of a hard time, but has decided to play here today.
Okay.
The man's not feeling well, but that's really good membership. Or we might actually still see a different person.
From what we're seeing, and this is fascinating. This is fascinating. So here through the PUBG Pro Sessions, you're seeing a couple of like backstories that you wouldn't normally see in esport necessarily or hear about, which is literally team dynamics changing and team compositions changing. But also these guys are actually professional athletes. They're esport athletes. And one of them tonight, as we understand, is going to be playing through, we're still getting final confirmation, but what we've been told before we went on air is playing through a pretty severe illness. So he's going to be like
we'll see
level.
If he makes it basically once we go live. But for Unity also, like, you know, there's a lot to talk about still about the changes. But again, team dynamics, those are changing. You have different approaches. And at this stage, having yet again another new member on the team, you know, it's about winging it, and this will show how adaptable Unity is to changes, really, and what the team core can do. And in terms of seeing like what they can achieve, what better time than now to?
I think we're ready. I think we're ready to go.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, this is Danamdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, let's go into the game.
Okay, we are back, and my, oh my, what is this flight path? That will throw some stones into the plans of these players.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
that is
that's a rough one. If the first circle pops towards the bottom side of the map as well, that will be happy days for a lot of these teams in terms of not having to rotate. Question again is how far these teams are willing to stretch and how far they're going to go for the risk. Because obviously going for the very top of the northern part of the map will provide you with relative safety in terms of not being backstabbed. But again, this like last week we saw pretty much standard flight paths.
Yeah, this is
being dealt in half, and that's it. But this one's
this is weird. This is like when you're flying from, you know, you're flying from LA to Sydney, and the plane goes through, you know, Tokyo, and you're like, what's wrong with the Pacific Ocean, man? Let's just get home. This is bad. No, definitely someone has spiked the punch bowl. This party's going to get interesting right here. And we have confirmation. QB is going to be replaced by Zico.
Okay.
From Team Schnipp.
Well, you know what? I'm glad for him. The man deserves a rest, and there's been plenty of action already happening from his hands. And speaking about action, there's already first shots. That is Etiget trying to go for plays here against Omaken. This might turn out disastrous for Etiget very quickly, and Omaken absolutely need to go for these kills. And this is what we talked about, right? Omaken need to have an advantage very early on here, and they're turning up the pace. They already have 2 knocks on their behalf. And look, Gempty as well from the side, just providing valuable cover fire here, making sure Etiget cannot really push back and trade with this. And there's already such devastating losses for them. Etiget only has a single member alive right now, and going up against 3 of these Omaken guys won't be beneficial. The VSS goes for those distance shots, tries to finish him off, but Gempty still remains alive. Hide, my guy, hide.
This is a disastrous start for Etiget, right?
Oh, Code Marcos still could go for this. He has the Mini 14, but Masku. And that headshot, oh my god, this is the worst possible scenario for so many teams. Almost half of the circle is in water as well. Pepe hands in chat, please.
Yeah, come to sunny Miramar, they said. It'll be fun,
Yeah, it'll
they
be
said.
fun indeed. This is just devastating. Okay, so Navi, what you can expect here is that Navi definitely are going to come in on a late rotation, coming in from the very northern part of the map. And they've been doing that as well as just pretty much a standard approach. They want to make sure they're not getting backstabbed so they can establish their positions on the map more so, and they can start, well, pretty much just choking the other teams out in terms of land available to work with. Even though, like, if the circle will continue to push downwards to the south more, I mean, they will have so many teams to go through.
Can we, just pour out your drink, and one for my homies? Just pour out a little bit of your drink there, guys, for Team Etiget. That is a real welcome to the big leagues moment, right? That was, look, we know where all of these teams, and they all know where they're going to be landing. They like their landing spot, and that plane was brutal. And that was an unstoppable force moving a definitely movable object, meaning a movable object right there.
Well, so it seemed. I mean, Unity here, though, are going to be very happy being in Porto. Because obviously they can then pretty much just hold their ground, and it's not really much farther where they can go. Winstreak, in the meantime, as well, having an increasingly better performance as the weeks pass by, and it looks like ENCE are going to suffer here early on. Wanderer as well, you really don't want to overstay your welcome there. You've got a knock. That is already damage dealt. Some problems, obviously, on ENCE's side with the player needing to replace his vest, and Wanderer, rightly so, decides to opt out of that battle, goes for the buggy, and just leaves. So, you know, a quick reality check for ENCE. They're like, you might have high damage dealers, all right, but Winstreak still has a few things to say here. And speaking about things to say, Razor Edge, looks like Apocalypse is going to be in a bit of a pickle right now. And he actually turns the tables onto Monkey as Udir decides to push. Laza now joins the fight as well, and a doozy will fall. Raise Your Edge will be eliminated as the second team very early on here. And this is happening solely pretty much based on the fact that how horrible this circle is. So the teams realize they need to take these fights early if you want to have at least some relatively safe pathway into the circle. And Blaze currently in the 3rd position in the overall standings in week number 1. This is also something that pointed out early on, that it's exactly what they needed to still keep fighting for that first position to see and grab maximum amounts of money they can secure for themselves. Tempus, a team that so far, though, has been one of the most stable in their terms of their overall performance.
This circle is literally the year 2020. It's been horrible. It's been horrible. It's like the only thing it's missing is a pandemic, for crying out loud. You know,
well, it will start soon as the blue zone starts moving as well. Nixie here takes a few shots, needs to heal up.
Here's Zico. Oh, the replacement. Man, there's a welcome to the big leagues moment as well. You know.
Yeah, I'm very eager to see what these new names that will show us. What they can do, and as well as a stand-in, you actually have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You need to make sure that you are the one adapting to the team's chemistry that is already established. You don't want to create any disbalance in the team. You just want to make sure that you listen what you're told, and obviously you perform as good as you can. And in the meantime, keeping close eye out for those shots, and we have a Groza on the ground, and Tornado Energy are going to be the ones to secure that one, and safely as well. Nobody really around. Still 2 minutes and 20 seconds before the first phase closes off here, and there's still a long way to go for a lot of the teams on the map. TSM on the move, on the prowl, looking for any potential subjects that VOD can punish.
Yeah, and this is what we want to see. I'd like to see some. Oh my God, that's a great nickname for him, the Punisher. He definitely has some Punisher-esque qualities about him.
Wow, man, I haven't heard that one ever.
Hey, full marks for originality here. But okay, so I mean,
Impala is going to be the choice of TSM here, at least to gather some extra loot, but I'm sure they're going to stick here for a while because there's a lot of teams that are going to be still passing through or alongside here, so you will definitely have the opportunity to put a few shots in. In the meantime, Pixelic scanning out what's happening with the Redline boys here, and Laza, as mentioned before, one of the damage dealers for Blaze. Currently 6th in terms of average damage dealt per round. Ooh, takes a few serious shots.
And look who it is.
Yeah,
there we
shocker.
go.
That's VOD for you.
VOD, he's literally he's the Alpha and the Omega.
Yeah.
He's Riggs and Murdoch, you know? So he's basically John McClane. Like, that's what that means. But like, he's just awesome.
Impala as well. I personally have never really been a huge fan of this city because I always felt very uncomfortable here. The buildings are so close to each other, and you quite often get surprised. But due to TSM being fast on their feet, they managed to secure the city first. So I guess that's at least a calming news for yourself. Still wondering about Team Liquid, which are currently taking a few shots in their direction, but that's just nail up there, trying to at least get some damage dealt. Won't succeed though. And Tempus, I mean, yeah, I mentioned before they've been pretty stable in their performance, and that's just looking back as to how many points they've gathered on average throughout the weeks here. But still, we haven't really seen them jump up higher than the bottom 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, this is the time to leave it all out there, isn't it? Really. I mean, like, you know, your fans are watching. You know, Mom's probably watching. You know, cheering you on. So now's the time to. Oh,
okay.
I'm just saying we were getting the tricycle with training wheels trophy ready there for a second, but
yeah. Well, GameFraym do suffer some losses here. Senya actually will finish off one of their players, and this is something that I've said before about Na'Vi, right? Very early on, they just make sure that they join only favorable fights for them.
Right.
So they're looking for easy kills, for easy points they can secure, and it looks like Ultra, I mean, he needs to move fast here. Na'Vi are closing in, and he's actually going to be knocked out, and that's Senya with the SLR, his favorite. That is going to be the second kill he's going to pick up. Even found a headshot there. Diaz as well moving around, but now Laza, oh my God, he went in here. What was the idea? Was he not aware that there are so many ENCE players, or what was the logic behind that push? Don't really understand.
That was pretty brutal.
Well, TSM, in the meantime, moving in from the northern side of the map. We're going to be approaching Los Leones, where Team Liquid lies in wait. Los Leones as well, a notorious place to find yourself, especially in a circle like this. Michael, in the meantime, your second favorite player, then I must say, Wookie has been eliminated.
Oh, no.
And Redline.
Wookie Bookie. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Well, it is. It is, okay. Reality check for a lot of these players right now, and this is exactly what we were hoping to see. The big guys that are already leading in the overall standings after week 1 are just amping up the pace and extending their lead as much as they can.
And maybe Mav is happy that. So one of the fun facts here that QB answered, your favorite moment as a professional PUBG player, running Mav over while driving by. So there we go. So at least they have a sense of humor. You gotta love that. And then, so
well, you have to find the positives and the negatives, right? In order to keep your team chemistry and spirit still going. Ivis, in the meantime, has spotted one of the Tempus players here, but they've been exchanging pleasantries for a while now, and still no real benefit for either side, and Natus will just fall back here to make sure that he doesn't get flanked, because again, these ridges, these hills and everything, just the way how this map is built is just recipe for disaster. And speaking about disaster, TSM needs to be careful here, because Clip is just around the corner.
Whoop. Clip, or it looks like he's hightailing. I don't know. He's a fan favorite. We always see people spamming Clip in the chat.
Yeah, well, obviously Team Liquid don't want to separate themselves right now with so much early action happening. They realize that they need to stick together if they want to turn the tides here in their favor.
Look at this.
Clip has a Car 98 as well, so that's a decent weapon to have considering where they are right now, and these buildings will provide so much line of sight for well, pretty much either team that finds themselves in Los Leones. In the meantime, though,
it's a second drop, I believe. Yeah.
Somewhere along the way. In the meantime, though, Winstreak have spotted a few Tornado Energy players. They'll keep eyes out for them. In the meantime, Ab, last man standing for GameFraym, and it's a very high, high and complicated feat that he must achieve in terms of surviving still through all of these fights. Okay, so at least the circle is not so much in water right now, but
not on the coastline. You know, like I love. Look, it needs to be said. Fun fact about Ab as well. There, his favorite moment as a PUBG professional, listening to Tekker's rage. So I mean, right now he's probably got the radio in the car turned up, right? You know.
Well, here's something interesting that's definitely going to happen. Blaze are already moving into the circle with only 15 seconds remaining. That's definitely not a bad move, but I don't think they're aware that Na'Vi is right behind them, and I believe these two will meet. And considering Blaze are currently in the 3rd position, Na'Vi are currently in the 2nd. For Na'Vi, this is very important to take them out. So I believe as soon as the first knock that will happen on Blaze's side, pretty sure Na'Vi will do everything in their power to actually finish them off.
The Fast and the Furious convoy rolling through here. Istanbul Wildcats, look at that.
Well, Maxizor obviously spots out the whole unit. Kemba has a few bullets with Istanbul Wildcats' name on it.
Yep.
Fortunately for them, those still don't connect.
Kemba is a deadly player as well. Very talented. So they dodged a bullet, literally.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, Istanbul Wildcats have found some grounds to play with, and this is not a bad compound to have. You do have the 2-story building there as well, and it provides sort of plenty of lines of sight in terms of horizontal view, but vertically it can be a bit difficult. Anyone peeking over that ridge line has clear view into windows, so it's going to be difficult for them to peek out of those. TSM as well, trying to find some ridges to work with where they feel comfortable. At least there's some trees here to work with as well. And previously when we saw scenarios similar to this and circles similar to this, there were a lot of these ridge fights, a lot of players remaining solo alive and just hiding in the most random places. Speaking about
one of your storylines for this week has been Navi's amazing technique. They seem to just take, half the pizza when it comes to the final phases. They've got half the circle spread out. It looks like everybody else has been taking notes though, because look at the separation there.
Na'Vi have been incredibly stable in terms of their approach, and again, I want to point out to any team that's wondering how to have like guaranteed points that you will receive either way. I recommend you deeply analyze how Na'Vi, what their decision making is whenever they're looking at the circle and how their rotations work. Because what you'll find is that very soon Na'Vi will own at least a quarter or a third of the territory, and interesting as well that they managed to stay alive most of the time, all 4 members into the later stages of the round. Now this circle is still focusing on the hillside, and it just keeps on going down south, and that's great news for Istanbul Wildcats. They definitely have a nice area to work with. Ab is just going to try and stay alive in the meantime. Unity will have trouble because Unity will be greeted by a lot of teams, at least 2-3 that are going to be entering close quarters into the circle as the next phase progresses, and it's going to start moving in 20 seconds only, so they don't have a lot of time to prepare themselves. Winstreak trying to establish a position or some sort of a ridge that they can work with. They have found a building, hiding the vehicles in case they need to make for a fast getaway, but so far Istanbul Wildcats are yet to find a kill to their name. Oh, and Blaze here close to Unity. Diaz lays. Oh, that's actually Navi from afar. This is that's exactly what I mentioned is going to happen, right? Navi backstabbing Blaze right now, and Blaze are in a horrible position. They're going to be losing these points very early on. They're going to try to go for the reses, but Hulins has the AWM. Somehow that doesn't connect, but he manages to do it with the barrel anyway, and that's James from Team Liquid. In the meantime, Blaze will be eliminated as Diaz joins in on the fight and puts an end to them.
Dude, Diaz showing up big time in his first outing here. You got to like that. Come on.
Exactly.
New guy.
Well, Mexi and Klib will start to bring devastating news to Northern Lights. They're currently 4th in the overall standings, if I remember correctly. And Northern Lights, they've had mixed results. I mean, in the first weeks, we saw some pretty decent, I would say, if not good performances out of them. They sort of fell back. But again, that's well on the background of other teams such as Omaken and TSM just having insane runs. In the meantime, ENCE still battling it out with Redline, and looks like Redline are more on the receiving end right now because Tiksu is going to finish off one of their players. That's Marv. And, oh, but the return grenades are coming through for ENCE.
There we go.
Yeah, ENCE puts almost an absolute end to Redline. Still one member alive.
Zico.
Again, is going to be playing 4 positions. The AUG for Klib. He has the ghillie as well, so late game snakes in the grass.
Zico was taken out there, by the way, the sub for Redline. So his first match ends a little bit early.
Tornado Energy now. It's about time that you start racking up those points. In theory, they can get themselves into the money, into the top 4, but same as with others, they would need to have some serious runs. And speaking about serious runs, Omaken's just ran out. It started off greatly by taking out Etiget, but very quickly in the 13th position, they're out of the game. And
what happened to T-Bone? Oh, I'm pretty sure he ran himself over. There we go.
Wouldn't know, but I know Ibis was ran over.
There we go. All right, so our first fail, it looks like.
Might be. Klib has spotted yet another victim. What a headshot from that distance onto deep. Northern Lights still continuously taking that fire. And with little to anything to respond with Tornado Energy also have been spotted out. So Klib needs to understand which of these teams he wants to prioritize. Obviously, at this point in time, dealing any sort of damage is still beneficial because these teams being in those positions right now, it's going to be very hard to find a vest or a helmet to close out. And this is...
Look at Ab. Oh, Ab getting circled by Navi. Mate, the sharks are in the water. This is going to be...
There's a bit of a problem with this next circle, though, and that problem is that there are open grounds. So any compound, any area that is relatively safe is something that you want to hold on to if that is already in the circle. But it does mean that the next fights are going to be happening very soon. And speaking about this, Redline will be eliminated. Tempus also start to suffer losses. Clip yet again with another headshot from the Car 98. Just make sure he puts good use of that weapon. Tiksu denying points for Tempus, and for Tempus, as I said, the performance has been stable, but not something they have been hoping for. TSM,
zero
kills so far. True.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's working in the favor of the other teams there in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, a knock will come through onto James, so Team Liquid are now aware of the first absolute priority team they need to eliminate if they have the opportunity to do so. They're very close by, still a minute and 15 to work with, and if Klib can continue up with these headshots, he already has 3 kills to his name.
So Liquid, Team Liquid, one of your storylines, mate, and the question is, can they turn this around? Can they get a miracle?
Yeah, well, we'll definitely see a better pace coming out from them, but as I say that's an absolute caster's curses. Instantly, it starts to fall apart for them. That's Vard joining the fight, and Klib will be shot to the ground. Mexi will fall, and Ibi as well, and that's Team Liquid in 9th position again, and it's...
okay.
I genuinely feel sorry for them.
Like, but we had this chat off stream, and we were going to have it on stream as well.
deep, so close to Melman. Last man standing has revealed his position. 25 seconds still remaining. Spotted one of the ENCE players as well. Look, he's in no man's land. He needs to cross the street somehow. He's going to go do it together with the circle. So as long as you're keeping close to it, you can pretty much just drop to the ground as soon as you can. But he will be spotted, and now he's going to be denied access into the zone, into the circle, excuse me, as he will fall to the blue zone. And that's Northern Lights in 8th place. Also a crucial team to eliminate here as early as possible, being them in the 1st position. So Navi, see, Navi already are controlling at least a quarter of that circle, if not third. It's a bit difficult for them because on the northern part there's a bit of an open area, and Unity is going to be moving. I'm sure Navi are aware of the fact that they are there. Istanbul Wildcats, see, they're close into Navi, and they can scout out the information, but it's dangerous for them to push over the ridge line. And you do have a quick reminder there on the left-hand side of your screen in terms of the overall standings. So those do not update live, but that's where we finished off after week 1 in the 2nd PUBG Pro Sessions. And now TSM and Tornado Energy are exchanging pleasantries.
So VOD has been knocked here.
Your fam is on the ground.
Oh, pick him up. Get him up. You
Well,
can do it, VOD.
TSM do have 3 kills to their name now, and Mirko is very tempted to push. He does have 2 mollies available for him, so he can cover a lot of ground just alone, but needs to be careful peeking over these ridge lines. The headshot angle is there. Mirko needs to fall back. The backup is there from his teammates as he starts to heal up. Flashbangs are going to start to come through, and a push should commence off of those Molotovs. In the meantime, Diaz has spotted one of these Navi players. That is Orange to fall, and TSM with the push into Tornado Energy. Tornado Energy will eliminate TSM, and they're out in the 6th position. Tornado Energy securing valuable points and denying TSM so much right now. And look, Navi are still alive. That means that everything's up for grabs for them in terms of securing maximum amount of points they can right now, and to see if they can overthrow TSM in the overall standings.
There we go. Oh, a final kill there from Iroh on Aliag there. So they took one with them, one from the grave.
Well, he just bled out to the blue zone. She created in the meantime. Tries to make work with that Mini 14. Not too successful. Combat now from Unity joins the fight as Example will be knocked. Now, obviously, aware of the fact that he's made so much noise, flashbacks for safety will be put down. Ideally, you would want to try and see if you can finish this player off, but he's bleeding out pretty quickly. I don't think the teammate will make it there. Obviously, he's going to be using all the utility he has, and with the Groza in hand, devastating weapon to have up close, but Comfort does manage to finish Example off. Now the question is what Navi can do. And will they push? There's really no need for them to push into Unity. It's rather the other way around. Unity would need to find a way out of the position they're in right now. Phase 6 will be closing off, so the next circle is going to decide a lot of this flight path. I believe Navi...
Look at Istanbul.
Yeah, they're going to go south here. I don't think they're going to go for this fight. Then again, they don't want to do it that quickly, because then Unity will have a clear line of sight on them from up on top of the hills. And with that knock coming out from Diaz, Unity actually can go for a push here if they have plenty of utility to work with. Istanbul Wildcats, in the meantime, though, have established clear grounds for themselves. Win streak as well. Tornado Energy just trying to still remain alive, as they have 8 kills to their name, and that's a lot of points they can secure here. It's very important for QEZ to stay alive as long as he possibly can and just be silent for the moment. But as I say that, Diaz just comes in and steals all the glory from Tornado Energy, as they will be eliminated. So you have Unity with 4 members, Istanbul Wildcats with 4, Winstreak have 3, and Navi have 3. This is gonna get hectic very soon.
Very, very quickly. This is looking like a Black Friday sale at a mall right here, mate. This is going to get very crowded. Very, very crowded. Oh, my God. I got to tell you, though, positioning, look, again, see what I mean? They're taking notes from Navi here. Istanbul Wildcats have nearly secured an entire third.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to push over these ridges too far. They're in the circle already, so it means everyone else needs to move in still. Navi with 4 kills, but already securing 4th position, as I mentioned before, just because TSM were eliminated, I believe, 6th or 7th. This does mean that Navi absolutely needs to secure the win here, so still, they will not overextend their fights. Not at least the zone pushes them to do so, because now, ideally, you want the W on your side, as neither of the remaining teams really can make any huge leaps, and it's not like they had insane runs here. Win streak sitting at 3 kills. Obviously does make the overall standings a bit better for them, but Navi are the ones here that really need the victory if they want to fight for that first place.
Oh, Senya, not someone you want to mess with.
This is a deadly ridge to work with here for Istanbul Wildcats. It's hard to peek into this. Kemba as well with Mini 14. You mentioned before he's been an excellent player and a very crucial addition to the team. A win streak. He spots out so many players now. Needs to go for at least one knock. The Unity players are getting low. Maxes are trying to provide some cover with the flashbangs, but he will be knocked by Hyman. Besto in the meantime forced to go for a res here as Istanbul Wildcats are going to be closing in. They're trying to make use of the fact Besto almost gets a knock there, but BSD is so close, and BSD might ruin the plans for Navi right now. Senya will be knocked again. Besto as well on the ground, and that leaves only the Tab alive, and if you can't go for these reses, the Tab needs to fall back and now just play the final stages of the game. SLR in hand still can be very handy.
Yeah.
Obviously mindful of the fact that Unity previously were towards the direction he's looking at, so he's just making sure nobody is running in his direction. He's going to pop those boosters as well as phase 8 closing out in 35 seconds. Oh, Maxis or Unity are pushing close. They're aware of the fact that someone might be close. Oh, actually, they're not aware! And Maxisor will be quickly eliminated. I believe he wasn't expecting for such a wide peak. And Unity, look, 10 kills to their name, a killing spree. And looks like Diaz has been a nice addition to have in terms of shaking things up. And again, this is
huge. They're second to bottom from the table, Unity, and here they are. They might actually turn this around and win it.
A breath of fresh air, and you know, it just goes to show that they are definitely a unit that is capable to adapt to a lot of these situations. And now it's pretty much the question of who eliminates who in terms of Unity and Istanbul Wildcats. And for the Tab, you can only pray that the circle somehow grants him a way to safety, but obviously this being the 9th one does mean that 2 minutes and 30 seconds before all hell breaks loose.
So, Statman moment for me here is your sidekick, V. Okay, both Navi and TSM, 4 kills, if I'm not mistaken, in this match right here. So they're basically dead even. It's all about the placement finish here for the Tab. That's that in terms of closing that 18-point gap at the top of the standings.
Early smoke's being deployed, but that's off the fact that he has been spotted, so it needs to give him a bit more room to work with. Oh, that is dangerous for him to peek. Hyman just doesn't want to let go of this one.
Don't look, don't peek.
Yeah, you know, a single rock is not something that you want to find yourself behind on. That 13 health in the zone is just super painful right now. That is going to be Navi securing 3rd position, so it's all up to Unity going up against Istanbul Wildcats. And speaking of them, She Created opens things up with a headshot onto Diaz. He is resible, I believe, if a few more smokes will be deployed. BSD is going to respond to comp, but Rupture will get a knock onto Hyman, and Unity are starting to fall apart here. As Nyx is only able to respond, but it's Istanbul Wildcats.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, back to the studio.
Istanbul Wildcats, the kings of their own region, show
Let's go.
What they can do. Exactly. And I mean, you rightly pointed out, they took the Navi approach. They made sure that they're maximizing their profits in terms of territory they control, and they just gradually pushed forward there. But I must commend Unity's crazy kill run, and the fact that Diaz came in, was able to fit in so nicely, at least what we can judge from his performance so far, and just the amount of kills they've been able to rack up.
So they stayed hold there. They stayed hold. They kept the 4, which was fantastic. They took the Navi-esque approach, so they've been taking notes. They're the kings of MEA, Middle East Africa. They're trying to add the E to the beginning of that. They're trying to be the kings of EMEA. That is so awesome to see. To let everybody know as well, we'll have the standings in a moment, but they came in there with 24 tournament points, if I'm not mistaken. It looked like 6 kills when the round ended there, and so they've jumped all the way up to 40, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be huge. But Unity, who came in on 8 tournament points, got a 10 kill.
For them, right, in the overall standings, if they're second from the bottom, as I said in the beginning, there's not much you have to lose here, so you might as well just go for every single fight you can take, and actually it turns out well for them. So I'm just wondering, if you find yourself in situations like these where just being a bit more aggressive tends to bring more benefits to your team, I think it's something that you want to start to see if you can adapt and implement into your regular gameplay a bit more, because, again, last week Unity were on the quieter side. They tried to go for this safe-esque approach, and it just really seemed to fit their tempo so much. So here, excellent performance. Might be also just the fact that Miramar is more comfortable for them. Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Diaz. I mean, come on. Normally it's your first day at work. You know, you get the tour. You know, here's where you make your coffee. You know, here's the water cooler. Here's where you're gonna die. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, Miramar. Here's the cliff you're gonna fall off. No, but he comes out there guns blazing. I think he had 2 kills early on. The dude is a rock star, instant rock star. Yeah. Well, for Team Liquid, though, I do like to point out that, I mean, so many long-range kills with the Car 98 there, and everything seemed to go their way. It looked like they were participating in all the fights. Things were moving on, and I need to say this. I think this is I'm going to blame this one on the circle, okay? Yeah. I still believe the Team Liquid can show us a lot more than this, because there were definitely signs of that, and even going back to the very early stages of the game, there were a lot of fights commencing because of the zone, how towards south it was, and it just kept on going there, really. And you know, you said this probably best, like 2020 in a nutshell was on the map. That circle was 2020. I feel like Team Liquid is out there wearing the Printify Target T-shirts. They're getting massive. I have my chicken dinner. They're not getting a chicken dinner. If Team Liquid get a chicken dinner today, I'll buy them a chicken dinner. How's that? There we go. I mean, clip it. We've had this chat off stream. You know, pre-show discussions. I asked you, you know, are they just unlucky? Do you back yourself? Do you back your tactic? Do you change anything if it's just not going your way? You know, so let's say you're team captain of Team Liquid, or your coach. Are you changing it up? Are you staying? Well, I again, this is the point in time. This is the last week. You're not in really good positions in the overall standings. Somewhere in the bottom 8. Not that much you can do. The best you can hope for is an insane run. You really need to push for kills if you can. They tried to do that. Great. Circle slightly messed them up. So many teams so close to each other. So many ridge lines that you have absolutely no clue what's behind them. And that's what was the downfall for them. Again, they were shot, towards from so many different directions. It's just only so many shots you can take before you're going to fall. And with the likes of TSM prowling just around the corner, they had already a few run-ins with them during that game, and that's pretty much the result of it, you know. All right, so you're saying they're unlucky. That's what we're saying. That's our story, and we're sticking with it. Because you know what? You can be only so unlucky before, you know, if for 3 weeks you fail to make the top 8. You can't really write everything off on bad luck. So, because you know what my granddad used to say about luck. Yeah, he used to say, "Shut up, I'm watching the TV." That's what he used to tell me. Nice so, family time to have. Look, I don't know. I think you make your own luck sometimes. So there we go. You do, and Unity just shows that. they were in the lead after the first PUBG Pro Sessions week 1. They failed to transition into the second week, though. Now, after the first week, not really good of a position, racking up kills now, and it's like backwards and forwards with them. But again, they've gone through so many different changes. Definitely the team that has gone through most changes in terms of at least participating in PUBG Pro Sessions.
Absolutely. Seems like Unity, the more adversity they get, the better the performance. I don't know. I feel like they should.
I have one other team that I would like to talk about, and I'm sure you're going to have just plenty of things to say about Etiget. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah, so again, these teams, as you've told me, they all have their favorite looting spots, or their favorite landing spots, and they decided
to challenge.
They did.
They decided to challenge because they were in the last place. They're like, you know what? We'll go in early, guns blazing. We're going to eliminate Omaken or whoever is next to us, and then go from there. Steal their loot and so on. But I think they underestimated definitely the team they were going for.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were aware of the fact that it's Omaken, but Omaken as well. From the very beginning, obviously, it was super beneficial for them to grab the early fights. It looks like the momentum started going for them, but towards the latter stages of the game, they just fell apart.
I gotta say this,
more like they were torn apart.
Yeah, they were torn apart. It was unpleasant. Let's hope no one. Let's hope no one from their families were watching. But look, I am proud of them. I'm proud of you, Etiget. All right, you're the new kids. Yeah. You walk straight up to the biggest kid on the schoolyard.
It's all good.
And then you got your butt kicked. And listen, it happens, you know. Now we just got some news in the ear though. Redline are going to be playing with 3.
So Zico came in, played for a game. He was like, you know what, guys, sorry, you're on your own. So, well, not necessarily that's how it went down, but Redline,
drama.
You know, the bar just keeps raising for them.
Right.
Now losing a player. He'll be suffering with
it's like this is like
illness.
I don't know, like Spanish, you know, midday dramatic TV, melodramatic TV right here. You know?
Where everything's a drama.
I am not playing for you anymore. And then, you know,
I leave.
I go. Adios.
Adios.
And then but this is so drama. Yeah.
True. I mean, we've had so many changes, especially towards sessions number 2. We also had FaZe deciding that they're gonna take a step back and focus on other events, and rightly so. I mean, they've been doing absolutely great at PCS, so props to them there. Unfortunately, as discussed before, Etiget weren't really able to replace them in terms of the amounts of kills pretty much that we get to see, let's put it that way.
And a special shout out to T-Bone, who takes home the Tricycle with Training Wheels trophy, aka the Trumpet Monkey trophy this week, or this particular round right there, for running yourself over with a car. And
was it?
Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
I'll have to check the highlights afterwards. I was just too focused on the kill reel, but
oopsie.
Well, you know, we saw in the first sessions, we saw people falling from bikes.
We did.
And that went horribly wrong.
And cliffs.
And everything else. Well, speaking about cliffs, there's still plenty of cliffs to see, though, because guess what? Game number 2 is on the way, so let's see how that turns out for Istanbul Wildcats.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, let's go into the game.
Okay, second flight path, a bit more normal here.
Yeah.
Question is, will the circle decide to have a bad day? You know what, looking back at that first circle, it reminds me of that, you know, first day at school.
Yeah.
You go into a classroom, you think it's just going to be like, you know, meet and greet. You're going to sit down, have a nice chat, and everyone's relaxed. And the teacher's like, okay, so at the end of this lesson, we're going to have a test.
Yep, quiz, pop quiz.
Pop quiz. It's going to be graded, and this goes towards your grade at the end of the year. So, yeah, not something that you want to hear or see. And speaking about looking here, it looks like Navi, you're going to approach the same way as they did before. GameFraym are going to follow close by there. So, again, a lot is riding on this circle. Winstreak do prefer that Impala region, so they feel very comfortable there. Omaken, where is Omaken? Am I blind? No, I'm not. There, it looks like it's gonna be episode number 2 for Omaken and Etiget, who are sticking close by. And
my God!
Are we good? Yep,
It's the rematch.
It's the rematch.
They're throwing down back to back, man. Oh,
They could just go for a plain fist fight right now.
This is the Thanos snap all over again. Don't do it.
Well,
Spider-Man, no.
Code Marco back to back with Bascu. He has only a pistol
He's gonna
and
deagle. He's gonna deagle. All right.
Mac 10 in the hands of Bascu, and Code Marco will get the first knock onto Page. He's going to be returning fire here, and it's backwards and forwards between these two as Etiget are now looking to revenge. T-Bone, in the meantime, will pick up a kill with the Mini 14. It looks like Omaken overall are going to start to come out on top here. Single kill in the hands of Etiget. Hewitt, last man standing on the top of the roof here. Can't really go for a drop. Needs to run down the stairway. There's a lot of noise being made, so obviously all of the Omaken players should be aware of his current location, or trying to scavenge anything he has. He doesn't have a helmet though, only a vest. The vest is still good. Tries to go for a pre-fire here, can't really do that, and Omakens are just holding angles. Flashbang through, doesn't do much, and Hewitt, what do you do? What do you do? Tries to run here, and he's going to be cornered in from all directions. For T-Bone and his teammates, hard to push this one, 2 against 1, and sitting at the very top. Bascu trying to remain alive. Page, though, unfortunately has seen better days, and whoa, that's a hard shift towards the northern west side of the part. And we do have also, we forgot to even mention
how
this,
do we,
Chris.
well, we were waiting for the confirmation. BSD from Istanbul Wildcats has the bounty on his head right here. Oh, here comes the push. Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll touch on the bounty a bit more beforehand, but let's see how Hewitt decides to play this one out. He's aware, of course, that he's being waited for here. Flashbang, and both players are going to push, so worst case scenario, they're going to try to go for a trade here. A few shots already going through, and Gemty finishes off Etiget, and back-to-back last place for Etiget. Miramar, definitely not their best performance so far.
Oh, man.
Maxi as well looks like he's aware of the fact that Lipson is close by, so he's just looking for sound cues right now to understand how he can get the jump on him. But SKS up close, I mean, that gun has mad recoil without any noticeable attachments I can see. Lipson though,
is he just gonna wait?
Doesn't seem to be aware. I mean, Maxi has the best position right now. Nix is gonna Lipson jumps on the bike. Is gonna be quickly eliminated. Textbook stuff coming out from Tempus. So
dude,
not everything is horrible for them.
That was stone cold killer, man. He played that so nicely.
In the back.
Oh my God. That was crazy.
Yeah, so bounty. Chris, one more time.
Yes.
What's the whole point of the bounty?
Okay, so the bounty does not carry any match points with it, okay? However,
tournament points,
I should say.
Yeah.
No tournament points at all. However, if you do get the bounty kill, it's $150.
For your team.
For your team, you know, and if you manage to win the game with the bounty, you get to keep that $150.
Yeah, so if BSD stays alive and Istanbul Wildcats take back-to-back wins here on Miramar, they'll also get the juicy $150 extra on top. So
very, very nice.
It looks like BSD reminds me of VOD last time when he had the bounty on his head, just alone, somewhere safe.
You're right.
Making sure nobody's close by.
The illusion of safety.
Well,
as you said.
Yes.
As you said, and the very words I live by. You are not safe anywhere in a Battle Royale game.
Yep.
And it's a mistake I make frequently.
Well, Istanbul Wildcats have spotted Team Liquid here. Long shots they're gonna go to destroy the tires on that bike, and that's not a bad idea considering where James is right now, and covering those grounds on foot can be very difficult, especially with so many scopes directed your way. So he's gonna be using smokes to at least have an opportunity to jump back on the bike. She created has a silencer on the SLR as well, and that makes things more difficult, but at least the team is there. At least one member to pick him up. I'm going to make use of the fact that the car has a bit more cover, but as I say that, there's still shots connecting, so nice shots overall from Rupture. No knocks just yet, and that's just She Created saying bye-bye.
So are Team Liquid going to get a dub here, or is Granddad going to keep watching TV? What's happening here, V?
Yeah, what? You know,
Leave Granddad out of it.
I said it once and I'll say it again. I hope that they can provide us with a better viewing experience considering the magnitude of the name, but
Yeah.
I do believe also that history will repeat itself. So, long story short, around Circle 5, Team Liquid probably will fall again, but time will show. Klib, in the meantime, is going to be looking to prove me wrong as he tries to spot out where those shots were coming from. He knows it's likely coming from one of the two close compounds. ENCE comes in, being able to pick up James. James probably very happy to stay alive in that situation. And again, you always keep asking me about the importance of having vehicles. If all your team has vehicles, if you are in a pickle of a situation where just now James was, at least a teammate can come in and save you out of that one.
Definitely.
BSD now. Interesting choice. Just has a quick look to see maybe some lucky loot spawning there. Oh, Ultra might. Actually, TSM is going the other way, so I looked for a second that they're going to meet here, but Ultra as well just scopes out, sees if any shots are going to be directed towards his way. But Tulins now. I mean, but Tulins is a player that you definitely don't want to play against when he has the Mini 14 in hand.
Yeah, he's a fiend
Still,
with that.
those are long shots to take. That's like 300 meters or so.
Well, look, in terms of ADR, average damage, Batulins is third in the entire tournament. And he's been flexing the whole time. Look at you, man, you use the word verticality to describe this. He's
like Spider-Man at that point.
I was going to say, he's like half mountain goat, half man. He's Goat Man.
Oh, Diggory here gets a knock onto Besto and quickly finishes him off. That's terrible news for Na'Vi, who are used to the fact of having like a full lineup, or at least most of it, towards the latter stages of the round. So that will bring caution to Na'Vi players and will make sure that they're going to be sticking together. They will have an opportunity to return the favor here.
I love the way ENCE just like blast and then roll out of there.
Yeah, Orange. Here's one buggy, here's the second one, sees the other cars coming, so understands that if he goes for shots right now, ENCE can easily pull up and kill him. So he's going to go for these last cars and tries to get a knock here. Shots won't connect just yet. Mini 14, not really. A single bullet connected.
Well, you know, he got more bullets connecting than I would there. But you're right, and one thing we've been praising Na'Vi for is the fact that they're able to stay whole, they're able to stay four-man.
I'm telling you, it's the caster's curse. I need to stop pointing out teams that are performing good because it instantly wrecks them. This is a rough circle because, look, there's like 3 roads connecting in the middle.
Yep.
And roads means that there's hillsides on the back, but that's also difficult for teams to navigate because obviously they realize everyone else is still alive, right? So if you're going to go across any ridges, you might just run into someone. So these teams are going to hold on to any compounds for as long as, well, humanly possible, and of course as long as the game allows.
And what's Marv up to there? I mean, he's in the blue. He's very, very disconnected. Is that a tactic? Are they hanging back to see if there's some stragglers?
We've seen so far here as well, but hold on to that thought as Gempty is going to be spotted. That's Pixel. We'll put an end to him. Last man standing for Omaken is T-Bone, and he's making for a quick getaway as more shots being directed towards him, and Omaken just starting to lose those opportunities of moving up in the standings.
And Yempty's their MVP, guys. Make no mistake. He's their top alpha killer. Yeah, that's disappointing for them. You know, they've lost him before, and they've come back massive as well. Let's see what happens.
Unity as well, trying to knock this TSM member. Again, far shots to take, so at least they scare him away and make sure that they're not going to be contested in this compound. Personally not a huge fan, so these are the updated standings. So TSM are still currently in the lead.
Yeah.
The second place currently held by Navi with 52 points, only 15 points behind TSM, and that is a good victory behind TSM with a few kills on top.
Yeah.
But that would mean that TSM need to die off quickly, basically, in terms to favor Navi. Istanbul Wildcats, though, have seriously moved up.
They really have.
Third position. Blaze currently sitting at fourth. Win streak still around that fifth position, close by. Northern Lights as well. Tornado Energy, Unity. And,
drop.
I mean, look,
They jumped 16 points there. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's definitely great news for them. Etiget, a rough start for them in PUBG Pro Sessions for sure. But then again, you get to experience what is the actual teams that you need to go up against and how you need to perform here. Strangely so, I would have hoped that I would see ENCE by now a bit higher, but they're still holding on to that 10th position.
As Yoda said, failure is the best teacher. It's true. So, I mean, you're going to go away from this, you're going to learn.
Well, that's true, yeah. I mean... Thank you for that.
I've been told I'm not allowed to do my Yoda, but yes.
Sound effects guy. You're the sound effects guy now.
Oh, Batulin's. Look at Batulin's doing his... He is Goat Man. Batulin's the Goat Man. You want to call him Spider-Man, I'm sorry, but he's Goat Man. What is he?
I would rather be Spider-Man than Goat Man, I'm just saying. But
look at him. I love it. Like, their team strategy is here's 170 bullets.
Ooh, this is a rough circle. Look at the flat amount of flat terrain all around. So in between Istanbul Wildcats and TSM, there's just huge grounds on which you don't want to find yourself. But Tulin is going to stick by in that position because he's obviously providing a lot of information for his team that is not far off from him. T-Bone, I think those were shots from Tempus he took earlier on, so he's still looking to see if he can find grounds, but I think Maxizor might have a thing or two to say about this, because he's trying to pass through here, and yeah, that's just, you know, the minutes are counted for Omaken here. There's no way he's, I don't think he's going to be making it alive till the next circle for sure. Yep, even goes down sooner than that. Deep puts an end to him, and interestingly, Northern Lights have been a team that's been very good at making use of these advantage points in terms of height and line of sight, right? So you have Batulin scouting information out, and then Northern Lights, the remaining members, join in on that action. So far, it looks like to be a bit beneficial for them, and they have as well, if you notice, they've slowed down a bit in terms of the first fight. There's
some more Navi-esque moves right here. As look at Istanbul Wildcats spread out, two men to a compound, and they're taking up like an entire.
Yeah, if anyone decides to go through them, they're pretty much toast. And speaking about that, Blaze now have spotted one of the Navi members. That is Senya just behind the hill there. Apocalypse will need to make a move. BSD, our man with the bounty on his head.
And he got a headshot hit there, right? I mean, man, sometimes when you're on, right? When you're hot. And so,
speaking about hot, Redline, the team that's playing with 3 members now, already have lost Marv, and Ivas might lose his life as well as Clib joins in on the action with a few bullets. I was just trying to pop a heal here. Win streak, 2 members close by. Michael is also not far off. He was lurking around. Can't really make a move as he's pinned down right now, I believe. And Maxizor just trying to spot where Ivas went. He still should suspect that he's in this building, so he's going to put down a few smokes and see if he can move up. Spots him with the jump, and that is the grenade on its way. Oh, doesn't get the bounce inside though. Ooh. Only 4 health remaining, and he's going to be pushed. That's the wrong fight to take Ivas, as he's going to be eliminated. But Michael now tries to return the favor, gets the kill onto Maxizor, so at least 1 member from win streak down, and that is just plain revenge for Redline right now.
Michael with the sharpshooting right there. Good effort.
Yeah, we saw some insane stuff coming out from Michael in the first PUBG Pro Sessions, right?
that 3v1 rotation, that was crazy. He's a hero.
Well, speaking about your hero, let's see what he can do against these Istanbul Wildcats.
Come on, Vard.
Rupture has heard that someone's close by. BSD might fall and the bounty might go towards TSM. In the meantime, Winstreak will eliminate Michael, so that is Redline out of the game for now. It's BSD trying to stay alive. But just putting down grenades. BSD desperately needs a bit more help right now. Obviously, someone is holding his corners, I think. Oh. No? Any help? No real
We
help.
had one car explode. Oh, we nearly had a Michael Bay moment right there. All 3 cars. That would have been epic, mate. That would have been epic.
Okay. Oh, my God. GameFraym are going for a dangerous move right now, crossing that open area, approaching Tornado Energy. Team Liquid are also close by, and that's a lot of information gained, but they're still more focused on these ENCE players that are on the rotation. Example has found his first victim, and that is Dex, who's going to fall in the open fields of Miramar. Example. Yeah, he's just raining hell on GameFraym. Mexi even joins in and finishes him off. Bart, in the meantime, has found QEZ. James and Klib now finding some result. BSD has managed to knock down Techers, and BSD moves in here. Dangerous move with having bounty on your head, but look, at the end of the day, bounty goes out the window sooner or later. You need to start to help your team. Melman now. Istanbul Wildcats falling apart and looks like a back-to-back victory is highly unlikely now, unless BSD can, I don't know, pull off some sort of miracle for Istanbul Wildcats. But that would absolutely overthrow everything we've talked about today in terms of overall standings. Iro, in the meantime, has managed to find a knock onto Example, so TSM still alive means that for Navi, that is a problem. Navi need more kills right now to approach TSM in the overall standings. Team Liquid, though, that is EB securing the kill onto BSD, so Team Liquid at least get that $150, and I'm sure EB fans in the chat are spamming right now.
Brilliant work.
11 teams alive, and Team Liquid at least get some cold, hard cash.
Yes, sir. Well done there, Ibby. All right, there's $150, mate. That'll...
Talking about the right target.
Yeah, damn straight. Get you a nice chicken dinner right there. And of course, just a quick shout out to chat, guys. Make sure you're active. We're giving away Printify epic merchandise.
Oh yeah. There's some t-shirts, some sweaters as well, I think, and just a lot of good stuff all around. And really, yeah, as Chris mentioned, you just need to be active in chat and let the chat bot do the rest. Northern Lights, a single kill to their name, but they are 4 members still alive, so that's important. Senya as well has lost his armor, and obviously there's no real chance to replenish this. He's actually very close to Northern Lights players, obviously suspecting, I believe they spotted them out beforehand. Smokes are being deployed, Perfectix laying low. Spots him player and goes for the weapon switch at the wrong time, tried to pull out a grenade. We'll do it from a more safer position. Flashbangs available for Navi if they want to push this. Grenades exchanged backwards and forwards, repositioning. A good grenade could really benefit Navi right now. Raise your edge in the meantime, a name that was quite quiet in the first game. Have found Laza, one of the main damage dealers for Blaze. Redline will also fall, and that is going to be Blaze Esports eliminated. Currently in the 4th position. Bad news for them, finishing in the 11th in the second game. Northern Lights here, though. I like the amount of ground they have to work with. Aro, in the meantime, has found QEZ. Tornado Energy. Not so energetic now.
Yeah, indeed. It's hard to be energetic when you're dead.
Rip.
Now TSM quietly just getting a couple of kills here, and as well lasting deep into this game. That they've just got to be thinking now, like, what's the tactic, V? Is it just you're switching it up? You're just saying stay alive as long as you can. Any tournament points here, any kills that you can get is giving you just maximizing your chances to hold on to that
Maximize your
spot.
profits at this point in time.
Yeah.
Maximize your profits, guys. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Obviously, Senya now put in a position where he absolutely needs to respawn, needs to make sure he doesn't get pushed by these ENCE players. The Tab finally joins in and gets a knock. Smokes now being deployed as Diggory is going to be looking to see if he can revive his teammate, but bad news for him as Orange with the grenade will get a kill onto him, as well as the teammate will be eliminated. So, as they say, Kobe.
Damn straight, Mamba forever. All right. Navi. Hey! Look. Ooh.
Raise Your Edge, ruining the plans for Northern Lights right now. Actually are going to be eliminated in the 10th position, so Raise Your Edge.
That hurts.
Like, I mean, this is the problem in terms of having a lead, right? And having that mentality, okay, we just need to extend the lead, we need to push forward. And with teams like this that are overthrowing you, and teams that really don't, well, I know they're obviously benefiting, but not so much as others would, being in Northern Lights' position by being eliminated so quickly. Oh my god, Millman is going to be burning alive here and obviously pushed out onto the street. Iroh will eliminate him. VOD in the meantime has managed to burn Miracle down, and actually Kompot will finish him off, so no chance even for a revive there. And for TSM as well, plan starting to fall apart as Tempus joins the fight. VOD will fall, and in the meantime Team Liquid have already managed to secure 5 kills for themselves, and finally we see a bit of a more decent performance. James just enjoying the smell of the burn hot as he pops those boosters. Shiv in the meantime has found Diaz, so the new member of Unity, or the stand-in, however you like. That's probably still to be decided. Oh!
Wookie Bookie! Oh, dude. The second coolest Wookie in the known universe, of course. Of course, Chewie is #1, but Wookie Bookie there, the Kagit's aerial.
Solid individual performance coming out of him, and Iroh last man standing for TSM here as well. Okay, well, at least it's 6th position again for them guaranteed, but obviously they want to finish higher than that. Senyu in the meantime, a player that you would normally see to have a bit more kills by now, trying to secure just those as Unity members are struggling to stay alive. The vehicle goes up in flames. Smoke for now still provides a few more seconds in terms of the ability to stay alive for Unity. Kompot, really not a fan where he is right now, considering Tempus is right behind them. Raise Your Edge, is that a doozy? That's a doozy going straight into Team Liquid members. Oh my god, Raise Your Edge will find their doom soon enough as Mexi will find the first kill here. Senyan in the meantime has managed to find Nixtis from Unity. James now kills off Udir. Monkey will fall as well, and that's Raise Your Edge falling apart, unaware that they're driving into a trap. Team Liquid have found more kills, and soon enough they will secure 10 if this keeps up. Shiv, Raise Your Edge have 7 of their own. Shiv with the grenade. Peeks at the wrong time, and a headshot from Klib. From beyond the grave, she will find a knock on to Mexi, but a revive will come through, and Team Liquid sitting at 9 kills, guaranteed 5th position. This is what I was talking about before, right? This is the Team Liquid we want to see. 4 members still alive, phase 6 available.
Granddad is done watching TV. He's gotten up and he's angry.
Well, Navi are moving up as well and trying to continue on with their chase after TSM. And speaking about that, James has spotted Iroh hiding behind that single tree. Oh no!
Get your butt in.
Iroh, hold your breath, buddy.
Be the tree.
He has no smokes to work with as well, so it looks very unlikely that Iroh will be able to stay alive. No real ridge lights to work with. 360 in the air. Somehow stays alive. Lucky for him, last bullets from James as he was unable to follow up on that one.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a bullet. There we go. That was
great
awesome.
movie to watch.
Dodgeball moment.
Ooh. Speaking about dodgeball and good moments, Kompot will get the kill onto James. That's definitely something Team Liquid were not expecting here. It looks like Navi here are going to look to push off the back of that knock and see if they can use that destruction. Excellent flashback coming through. Kompot actually finishes off Senya there as well, so we have only 4 teams remaining now as Unity will be eliminated, and that is Tempus, Team Liquid, Navi, and TSM. 4, 3, 2, 1 members alive respectively, and Tempus might actually secure a victory here if they play their cards cards right, but still Team
Let's
Liquid is
go.
a super dangerous force that still needs to be reckoned with. And in the meantime, TSM will fall as Iroh. I mean, there's just so many 360s you can throw in the air before finally
Dude.
someone will connect those shots.
Come on, Tempus. The lads are literally averaging 15 points per match day. That's it. 15, 15, 14.
The Tab, in the meantime, making sure to get his timing right to take those shots. You want to guarantee a knock. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen for him as Navi, 5 kills. Third place guaranteed, so this will move them closer to TSM, which didn't have that many kills this round. So very curious to see how the overall standings will change. But before that, we have yet to crown a team victorious here on the second game of Miramar. And again, keep in mind that Team Liquid still have those $150 that they secured.
Big facts. Big facts. And look, they got sick of the criticism.
Absolutely, they've heard this. Orange stuck basically in this position, can't really move. He's actually been pinpointed. In the meantime, Pixel gets a kill onto Clib. Oh my god, this might ruin everything for Team Liquid as Navi, just by plainly staying alive and living through these kills. And as I say that, Tab will fall, leaving Orange last man standing, and Tempus as well. I mean,
well,
I spoke roughly about them beforehand and how they finished close to last, but now with 7 kills in hand.
Team
TB with a
Liquid.
headshot.
Team Liquid are going to pull this out.
Navi are going to be out, so it's only Tempus against 2 Team Liquid members. So let's see what Ibi can do with the Groza. He's being pushed, but of course, when you hear the Groza being shot, you really have doubt in your mind if you want to push this or no. Flashbangs going through, and really Tempus need to take advantage of the numbers that they have, but I would suggest a more wider spread for them. It looks like it's something that they're building upon. Pixel has a nice angle. Ibi just playing the headshot angle here, and he's going to be knocked onto the ground. Last man, Mexi, staying alive here, and that's Tempus taking the chicken. Wow. Tempus, I mean, as I said, we were slightly rough on them initially, and just based off the numbers that we were seeing throughout the first 3 weeks, and now looking back at this, they have secured the chicken dinner. So
there you go. And Team Liquid, I love it. That entire round was all about the underdog. I love it. That was dodgeball. That was dodgeball.
There's plenty of points to talk about, but a bit more about that after the intermission that we're going to have, and then we'll really break it down what went down on the second game of Miramar.
Ever wanted to earn money selling your own custom merch? Starting your own brand has never been easier. Head over to Printify.com and choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Opportunities are endless. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store and let your followers know. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer, no matter where they are. Let's get you started. Open a merch store with Printify today and get 2 months premium for free.
Welcome back, and hopefully everyone managed to catch their breaths after the insane performance we saw coming out from Tempus. And, you know, it's the team that's the quietest, I guess, that surprises you the most at times like this, securing so many kills. I believe it was like around 8 or 9 at the very end there.
Awesome.
And securing the big W obviously will move them up in the overall standings. And speaking of those are almost ready as we speak. Almost ruined the day for Navi there. They did an excellent job of staying alive as long as possible, as you can see on your screens right now. TSM still holding on to that first position with 74 points to their name. Navi now closing in, only 12 points behind them, so expect big things on a wrangle out of these two. Obviously, TSM have a high task in front of them to keep on holding on to that first position. Win streak as well, splitting actually the points between Istanbul Wildcats, a bit more kills to their name, so they're in the 3rd position. Tornado Energy have moved up a bit, but as you can see, Blaze, though, they have fallen from the 3rd position down to 6th. And yeah, Tempus finally breaking into the top 8.
There you go. You love to see it, man. I love this front 8. I love it. Win streaks in there. Istanbul Wildcats are in there. Tornado Energy and Tempus. Come on.
But there's one team that has still yet to make the top 8, and that is Team Liquid, as they're still in the 10th position. They have pushed Omaken down a bit more. And I mean, look, Omaken and Etiget have a bit of a story happening here, at least on Miramar, where Etiget decided to challenge them back-to-back games, and both times, unfortunately, Etiget did suffer devastating losses on their side. So Omaken, yes, while they started the game on the back foot and losing Page very early on, they still got some decent kills in there, but obviously not enough to make that miracle story a reality. And it looks like, I mean, I'll be real here.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably unlikely that we're going to see 2 back-to-back close to 20 kill games from them. Let's have a look at the players, though, and see who's performing how today. Vard, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, Chris. Fanboy out as much as you like.
He's got 15 kills, averaging 486 damage. Are you kidding me? The superhuman Vard. And I actually feel like, so here he is with 15 kills and 486 ADI. And he's nearly 100 ahead of the next closest player, who happens to be his buddy Fex.
Yeah,
right?
So TSM still racking big numbers here. Navi, rightly so, close by with 2 players already splitting 15 kills between themselves. 340, 332. ADR is definitely not something to take lightly. I like the fact that we do see one player from Unity here, and that is Kompot. So that's been a regular tendency for him as far as I can remember in terms of average damage dealt. Rustan Mars, still the highest average damage dealer from ENCE. Batulins here as well, ever so present with
No,
his mini
yeah.
skill, and
No
BSD
surprises.
has had a very good run today so far.
Yeah.
So 8 kills to his name, 294 ADR. He had a bounty on his head, but that was secured by Ibi.
He
Now,
did.
it's time that we start to move further into the games here. This is the final week.
yeah.
We are going to crown a second first place winner here for those second PUBG Pro Sessions. Erangel is going to be the map where these teams are going to start to battle it out yet again between them. And I expect great things to come from Navi. I do believe for their playstyle, Erangel is a bit more forgiving in terms of not having that much verticality apart from a few big hills really to work with. But, you know, it's...
Mount Doom. Yeah, I know. It's going to be interesting. But
look, Erangel is a map that everyone started on. Everyone is probably the most familiar with that map, exactly the OG of maps. And I believe we're going to see some early fights taken from Navi if they'll have the chance here, because this is the time. It's only 2 games for them to overcome TSM, and as well, on average, TSM and Navi, as far as I can remember, haven't really met that many times very early on in the game. So it will be an interesting sight to behold if TSM or the other side starts to suffer early losses.
Tell me this: could we see something crazy? Could we actually see caution thrown to the wind here? Could we see Navi just go straight for TSM from the get-go?
Well, they need some sort of clue that it's TSM that they're going after, right? So a knock needs to happen on either side.
It's not like they don't know where they're going to be jumping, so what's going to happen, mate?
Well, how about we stop just trying to predict the unpredictable and actually see it for ourselves? Let's see it. Almost at Miramar, but it's Erangel.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, let's go into the game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have nightmares about Miramar just because I can't get that name out of my head. Well, at least, again, we have a bit more a standard flight path, and it looks like the landing zones are going to be, yet again, split decently amongst these teams. You do have Northern Lights very early jumping out, going for that comfortable area of Primorsk. They're very familiar with that zone. And Navi now, they're gonna go for the Ferry Pier area, and that's also Ferry Pier, excuse me.
Yeah, now that answers our question. I mean, it's well known that TSM always go for Rozok, so I would have liked to see Navi just go, we're coming with, let's go.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, but you know, that's pretty much putting all your eggs in one basket and hoping that you secure, first of all, good early loot that would allow you to actually win that duel, and I think it's slightly too early. I believe that might be a possibility in the second game, though, if they are very close still in the points to each other. In the meantime, though, Omaken going towards Yasnaya Polyana, an area also that they're very comfortable with. In the meantime, ENCE and GameFraym distributing the northern part of the map amongst them, and ooh, that's a bit of a rough circle, I would say. I mean, there's at least 20% water in there, if not more. Redline with Unity as well are close by, so expect a few shots being exchanged over the river. Etiget a bit
spread
out. A bit of a spread,
what's
between
going on
them.
there?
So I am pretty sure that Forever is going to have a bit of a hard time trying to pass win streak that's close by, and I'm sure that he has been noticed. Tempus on your screens, the winners of the second Miramar map are quickly moving away from Blaze, making sure no early losses for them, and making sure that they can upkeep with the tempo that they have set for themselves.
And here's Team Liquid. Look, they came second there that last match. They got the message.
And Pachinki, their favorite place to be in, right? And I actually like dropping in Pachinki. I always feel like there's plenty of options to how to play it out if there's another team that joins you. There's a lot of rotation routes there that provide safe pathways to approach the duel that you are preparing for. So phase 1 on its way in 1 minute and 40 seconds as the teams are grabbing that beneficial loot for them. Obviously, expect as always DMRs in the hands of most, if not all, of these players as their secondary and primary. You do want to have a rifle in hand. I believe most players do tend to favor the barrel, and rightly so. It's just so much DPS.
Maybe, yeah, I was going to say, maybe just for the newer viewer here to the PUBG Pro Sessions, this is more of a fun event. You know, why is the DMR so favored by these pros?
Yeah, DMR is just a very versatile weapon type to have in your hand. It provides you the ability to join long-distance fights as well as up close. It can be an absolute machine. Even with the Mini 14, you've seen players just lay down some sick shots. SLR as well is in the same category, right? And if you can get your hands on an MK14, well, that's just that gun is terrifying to hear close to you, and even from a distance in expert hands, and there's definitely plenty of those on the server.
Just a couple.
As long as you can manage your lead in terms of taking those shots, it can be some insane damage dealt.
So a couple of housekeeping notes here. Redline are playing with 3 players. Okay, just to point that out. So fair play to you. And Unity have a new member today who's joined them.
Diaz,
Diaz,
I mean,
who's been impressive.
In the first game he was. In the second, unfortunately, he was out of the game with no ability to respond. Raise Your Edge as well last game had a decent amount of kills. I think it was around 7. Mexi now just scoping out if anyone has taken those buildings. And yeah, this is the part of the map of Erangel that I'm not really a fan of.
Yeah.
Just because if you do have to rotate, it's quite difficult. I think what we need to pay attention here to is the fact that Omaken really need to choose the timing of their rotation. I would prefer probably just going in late if they can, because very early on they still saw parachutes all around them, so they do need to realize that ideally they would like to allow everyone else to pass by and then backstab if you can.
ETG, Etiget, they literally are standing in the path of about 5 teams here, right? So
yeah, and with the spread that they've been having, I'm sorry, Etiget, but like I don't see them making out alive past Circle 2 probably, because there's just going to be they're going to be split apart, and it's going to be hard for the teammates to roll in and provide some sort of backup. Ali here, just scouting out what's happening in his pathway, providing again that information. And you see that scout role quite popular amongst most of these teams. You at least have one player that does take the big toll to take the risk, and indeed very close drops to each other. Let's see if anyone has spotted those. That's a very valuable pickups early on. That level 3 armor does provide some insane protection, and the AWM with the suppressor as well.
Ooh la la.
Oh, that's... You hear that gun from afar being shot, and that instantly becomes sort of a threat in your mind that you're always going to have
that
in the back of your head, right? Just knowing that it's in the game is terrifying enough. And speaking about terrifying things, Omaken, I mean, the name that comes up again and again early on in the game, suffering losses here on their side.
Ouchie, and an AUG there.
Yeah, up for grabs to anyone who wants to, but obviously the AWM will be the priority for the keen eye.
Monkey bandaging himself up there.
Well, Team Liquid, though, are aware that Tornado Energy, at least some of their members, are close by, making sure if they can choose the correct timing for their fights. Clib, in the meantime, has lost a bit of a health. Nothing too devastating so far. James just
solid.
Trying to work out the numbers. How many people stayed behind? How many people left? And seeing that buggy leave and nobody on the back side of it does mean that it's just a single player that has gone away.
Yep.
So just scouting phases so far pretty much for these teams. And now finally Vasco is going to be able to respond towards ENCE. He's even going to finish Squeeze off.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It really felt like he was all alone there.
All by myself.
Techers.
Oh, but speaking of ENCE, Rustanmar staying true to his name in terms of average damage dealt per round.
Yep.
Keeping up those numbers for ENCE as he will find takers, and that's GameFraym suffering losses. And for GameFraym as well, that's a team that really didn't sort of come across our tables too much so far today, and looks like better days are yet to come as Rip9 will let it rip. Nail up will fall. Lipson has managed to find the AUG, and did Blaze pick up the second drop? I don't think so. Yeah, that is still up for grabs. I think Apocalypse might find it just now.
A little bit surprised by these fights happening kind of in the middle of nowhere here. Like these,
Yeah,
they should just be passing each other like ships in the night. But here we go. Okay,
Etiget, they're like, you know what?
they've rotated.
Ground doesn't work for us. Okay, so we're gonna take hills. But we that was in week number 2 in sessions number 1, I believe.
Yeah.
Where we saw some.
Insane
was it?
fights. Mount Doom right here.
There's been so many crazy games that I can't pinpoint exactly, but there have been some crazy fights on this hill. Looks like it might be a slightly different story today as Ivas now, one of the 3-man crew remaining.
Let's see what happens here.
Tries to put a few shots. Well, at least it's away from water. This is probably bad news for GameFraym. They will somehow need to fight their way into the zone. Blaze has a decent position. They're not really in any need to move around. ENCE, though, might backstab them. They still have a clear pathway through the northern east side of the map. Nothing really obscuring them from taking that zone. Team Liquid, though, moving in closer, making sure that they can, in moment of need, provide cover for each other. And see, this is what we were talking about, right? Etiget on the move. Luckily, they have managed to group at least 3 players together. Did he flip the car backways? As Code Marco, going backwards is not the move if you're passing Team Liquid, as Ibi will find the kill to his name together with the help of his teammate. And that's Etiget again, just being like, guys, what's going on today?
These are all teachable moments. They abandoned Mount Doom very quickly there, though. They really moved down into the trenches here.
I mean, they scouted out. They sort of saw at least some terrain they want to work with. Actually went for trenches. Tornado Energy is also close by in there. So let's see how it plays out in the long run for them. I personally don't like that position. You're stuck underground. You're
and 360
a huge threat to in terms of taking grenades towards yourself. Getting out of it is horrible. The only benefit really is the fact that you can peek at a headshot angle, meaning that you will only expose your head if you peek outwards. So it makes it a bit more difficult for other teams to get a knock onto you. Then again, exposing your head, that means highest amount of damage taking, if that's going to be the case. In the meantime, though, Istanbul Wildcats have spotted some of the Redline members here, just making sure that they're denying any movement opportunities for Redline, as they, in the return, have found Udir from Raise Your Edge. So not all horrible news for them today. BSD showing off his motocross skills.
Love it.
And Wanderer, in the meantime, has found Ivas. So Redline are going to continue with only 2 members here. Michael was keen to come in and finish off Udir. Is he aware of the fact that Shiv is already here? This is going to be a one-on-one brawl. You can see Michael is aware. Shiv as well, expecting a push. Grenades start to come through. Oh, that's good damage dealt. 43. Shiv is in grave danger as another grenade is going to come through. He's going to be forced out of position. Forced, to be more precise, to reposition right now as Aduzi comes in. And with the Molotov, we'll try to deny some ground for Michael to work with. It's not like Michael can do much with the fact that Marv just dropped. And Michael is, well, the last hope for Redline here very early on. Only phase 2. And Redline are almost eliminated. Michael, we need a miracle from you again. And if you can provide us with one, I will be very happy. But it looks like Raise Your Edge are insisting on finishing him off.
No better man for it, though. Cornered animal here. What's he going to do?
Literally tucked into a corner. Was expecting a peek and a push.
That's it. Cue the bad boys music right here. Let's go.
Bit of a standoff between these two. A lot of utility being used. I presume that's more to also provide them with cover, so no third parties can come through. Aduzi, in the meantime, has spotted a few Unity members passing by, just making sure to deal as much damage as possible to them. Northern Lights are going to be late in on the circle, but that's definitely not the worst news for them. In the meantime, Mexi has found BST. Etiget also are battling with Unity right now, as he has managed to find a kill. Kills going towards Hyman and a few other members, and looks like Etiget turning up the pace for the better. But as I say, that compo does return the favor with the grenades. So backwards and forwards between these two. The tab from Navi here trying to get onto this roof. So
and Etiget, oh, they're gone.
Ah, man, it's just...
They're gone. I really thought they were going to pull it off there.
Cue the Benny Hill music, because Etiget are falling again. Unity will also be eliminated. Yeah, so it's a rough one for these two so far. Lipson pinned down into room. Somehow still stays alive as Ultra will fall. He has only 18 health remaining. The boosters are providing a slither of health. And Rip9 somehow shot him. What was that all about? He's running in. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to revive you.
Off the Christmas card list, yeah?
Yeah. You are no presents for you. Perfectix also will fall. And that's not something you want to see if you're a fan of Northern Lights. Perfectix generally tends to be a crucial member of the team in terms of firepower, as well as making sure he keeps his team in line. But
so I got a fun fact for you on Tixu here. His favorite PUBG memory: we all died in a boat in PGS Berlin Europe Finals. So
that's his favorite memory.
Yeah, you gotta love love the sarcasm from the PUBG Pro players. I think it takes a certain time.
I wonder what's the worst.
Exactly. We all died in a boat. My favorite memory.
Yeah, good times, you know.
In a final.
Well, Omaken here still alive, so at least keeping themselves in the game so far. Phase 3 on its way, as 20 seconds still remaining in it. Maxi
just pouring,
able to...
Yeah, pouring the lead down that open door right there. Poor Shiv.
50 damage definitely puts Shiv on the back foot.
They are kind of isolated here, though.
Yeah, Gatka as well is like a tricky place to be in, right? Because when you need to move out of this place, it's just open fields all around. So,
and as you say that, there we go.
Bit of a shift towards east.
Look at TSM, though.
TSM definitely in prime position to just take the uphill forest area and hold on there. Question is, will Winstreak backstab them as they're coming out of ruins? Miracle.
But Navi haven't really been able to spread out the way they like to, right?
Not so far, yeah. That's something that we've seen time and time again throughout these matches, but today it looks like it's a bit of a different story coming out of them. Still, though, they're trying to make best of a bad situation if they can, and speaking about that, they will find Rupture, so that's one Istanbul Wildcats member out of the game. Tempus, though, are close by, and they are trying to disrupt Navi as much as possible, but the push will commence as Besto will fall. That's Levitt with a headshot. The tab now comes in. He's gonna flash. Flash is good. Kills as well, and the Molotov is just a cherry on top. Smoke behind him so he doesn't get backstabbed, but that's very quickly Istanbul Wildcats out of the game. As Senya both together with the tab.
They got cut through like a hot knife through butter right there. Navi rolls up.
TSM, though, I like this little dip that they're working with, also staying close to these vehicles, using them as cover, and this is something that we've touched upon beforehand as well. If there's no compounds to be taken, if you can find a dip like this and then have vehicles on top, it's really hard for someone to push into you, but now, raise your edge, Monkey, last man standing, trying to fight off the whole squad of Winstreak. Has found two, almost gets the third headshot.
Oh.
Overstays his welcome as the blue zone was pushing in as well, and that's Offstring put an end to him, and that's Winstreak grabbing more and more points. I think they were 5th in the overall standings.
Yeah, so hopefully we can see standings on the screen.
They are trying to break into the top 4, and I will remind that first place will take
here we go
from
last match there.
Oh, okay.
Not bad. And look, Monkey, he nearly pulled a VOD right there. That was pretty epic. I thought he was going to pull it off.
Well, Winstreak are actually in 3rd place. That was Tornado Energy in 5th. So, yeah, the prize pool is as follows. The 1st place will take $1,600. 2nd place will take $1,000. 3rd will take $800. And 4th will take $600. So Winstreak so far trying to hold on to those $800 as Istanbul Wildcats still moving up in the ranks gradually. Navi, bit of a romance happening, bromance to be precise.
But they're, look, once again, they're spread out. Now they've managed to just bully their way into the position they want, right?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
As long as nobody pushes them in that small hut, and that can very soon, as we saw beforehand, turn into an absolute death trap. Michael doing best he can to gather as much information to understand how he can move around here. Knows that the compound is available. That's a building. That is cover. And that is in the zone. Team Liquid, though, go for a long rotation towards, looks like Winstreak, and they might pull up at the right time. Winstreak do hear the players approaching. Yep, they have been spotted, so Team Liquid instantly are going to turn around here. 2 of the players already are out of the vehicles. Maxis Ordo coming in from a different angle. Might get the drop, but Klib instantly will drop Maxi, and that is Offstring in a bit of a pickle right now, being last man standing. He just needs to back off here. You know, take your losses as they are. 4 kills to their name. 11 teams still alive, so they need to get those placement points right now. I don't think Offstring is making this alive, because if he moves any further than that, he's going to run into ENCE, and Team Liquid are closing in. Tornado Energy also, they can get into the zone. The question is, how far can they go?
Now, I've got a fun fact for you here about Offstring. Not only is he deliver incredible damage, as we see Baku getting ripped by Rip 9 there, but Offstring, when you asked him what his spirit animal was, he said, bear and spirit drink vodka.
Well, he needs to pull out the bear right now, and very quickly, Kalib will tell a different story about him, as Winstreak will be eliminated in the 11th position. Team Liquid racking up those kills, and I love this proactiveness. I think they can even push for a bit more, but obviously they're trying to, as mentioned before, maximize their profits. TSM having a bit of a smoke party in that dip, but just making sure they're covered in it and cannot be spotted. Pixelic, in the meantime, will get a knock onto the tab. So that's Navi, still not having the best of days here, but Tulins, in the meantime, gets a kill onto Wookie. So Tempus as well, losing a valuable member.
Yep.
Last game, 3 kills on opponents. Gemty though, and the grenade is all on top. TSM are suffering some crazy losses right now. Omaken will be eliminated, but that again, the more and more these players get knocked, the faster they bleed out, and that grenade from Pixelic might just be the end of it. More grenades, more Molotovs coming through, a double kill already. Pixelic just goes for the play of his life as the vehicles will explode as well. Miracle dies to that, and Aro will burn to the ground. That's TSM out. And that is, there's only a single, oh no, excuse me, Vard.
Vard is still alive?
Somehow, holy moly.
Because he's the prey, he's the Punisher, bro. Are you kidding?
Well, Vard, now more so than ever, he needs to show the caliber of a player like him, and obviously Tempus are aware that he might be close by. Navi continuing to suffer losses here by the hand of Northern Lights, and even Klib now has found Melman. Laza will finish him off, so it's starting to become quite hectic as all the teams are very eager to get those points. Navi will be eliminated in the 8th position. Off the back of that alone, Vard might just pull off a miracle here, as now Northern Lights joins the fight. Tempus suffering some hard losses as they will be eliminated in the 6th position. TSM Vard is still alive, healing through the blue zone, or at least trying as much as he can. Northern Lights close by. Vard just laying in wait.
He's just waiting. He's just waiting it out. I cannot believe it.
He's playing for the long run. He's going to play off these sound cues. Free kill opportunity. Goes for it. That's Batulins. Instantly switches up his position. Batulins will be finished off by Vard, so at least that kill point, it goes towards them. Spyro now slightly afraid to peek downwards. Flames and smoke slightly disrupts his vision, but he cannot allow himself to die, and that's Apocalypse picking a crucial kill onto Northern Lights. So VOD still is in the game. TSM can still secure some serious placement points, and with Navi out of the game, TSM, I mean, look. Thinking about looking, he will be eliminated, but that's still 4th position, 4 above Navi in this game. That's crucial. So next game, Navi need to go out guns blazing. Expect some serious fights from them. Lipsin in the meantime, just trying to connect the dots here through the car as Team Liquid.
But pouring the lead on that car as well. I mean, if that explodes, Team Liquid are going to have a really, really rough time of it here.
Don't stay too close to that, as only Blaze, Team Liquid, and ENCE are alive. And finally, I can say Team Liquid with still 4 members alive. But look at Blaze, 7 kills to their name, and they want the 3rd position at least back.
They do. They do. Blaze looking to take it all home right here.
Could do, unless Rustanmar has something to say about it. Pulls the grenade out as well. That for sure will connect with Apocalypse. Forced to move back, and as I said so, Apocalypse will fall. Other members still close by.
Okay, Diggory from ENCE here. He's between a rock and a hard place as well. There's enemies closing in all directions here. Laza doing his best.
Oh, what a cheeky
Tixu!
position from Tixu. That makes the out of the game. Team Liquid losing a member now. Blaze still has all 4 members alive.
Oh, Tixu.
More utility being used, more smokes. And you still want to keep a few in your pockets before the next phase kicks in. There's only there's actually a few buildings still to work with here. Jeems hiding in the rocks. Counting bullets from all directions, counting the players, trying to pinpoint their positions. Blaze shouldn't have too big of an issue going into the zone, but it does mean that they need to face Team Liquid first.
There you go. Team Liquid actually spreading out there, using a bit of the Navi technique, right?
Yep. Maximize the grounds you have to work with here as Redline lets it rip. Doesn't connect the shots just yet. 7 kills towards Blaze. They're looking to add 2 more. Ippy is going to burn down. That's too much damage. Too long of a time to stay in the flames. Oh, long nade. Unfortunately for Blaze, doesn't connect. Flashbangs going through, so Apocalypse wants to push this, and rightly so. The other Blaze members will follow by. Klib now expecting for someone to emerge through this smoke as Laza will finish Ibi off. Lipsin will get a knock onto Diggory in the meantime, so now ENCE joins the fight as well, and it's a 3-way between all these teams. Team Liquid with still 2 members. The fact that ENCE joined the fight might just be the news that they needed to stay alive. They have managed to move away from Blaze. Oh, and ENCE, a single member alive as Blaze achieved the 10 killing spree.
There you go.
Tixu playing an owl.
Yep. That's it.
I mean, it worked once. I see no reason why it wouldn't work again for him. And remaining in this building does mean that eventually, I mean, if this building is still in the next zone, sooner or later, 1 more kill he will find. So you can see all these teams just calming down. They're trying to agree on what the plan is right now. James, together with Klib, are aware that
those are
Tixu might be still inside.
Those are 2 deadly players, I mean, to have left.
Yeah. Well,
this is going to get very interesting.
You can see Blaze a bit fixated towards the last scene area where Team Liquid was.
They're paranoid. A good way to be, right?
Yeah, and I like their position where they're currently at. You have a lot of ground covered already. Nobody really can push into you.
Dude, Tixu's going to get the sneaky kills here. Look.
If he grabs a double, I'll lose my mind.
Oh, my God.
Team Liquid knows he's inside, so they will need to either go for trades. You can see the flashbang is out, so it's going to be a pop flash in. Let's see if Tixu can pull off a miracle here. Gives away his position, has the MK14 in hand. That's a deadly weapon to have. A headshot goes through, but Klib will be able to trade. And now off the back of this, Blaze should have pushed closer. However, they decide to opt in for the number games. 3 against 2 is not that big of a benefit to have on your side. Rip9, though, does make use of the chaos and will move into this building and actually provides a clear line of sight into the compound where Team Liquid is. And it's going to be a bit of a standoff now. Team Liquid can only push if they can get at least 1 knock and at least a grenade or some sort of serious amount of damage that they know 100% connected with Blaze.
Heat of the moment.
Otherwise,
heat of the moment. If you're Blaze, you get aggressive here, you just wait.
A lot of inexperienced teams here might be tempted to push off the fact that the numbers that they have on their side, but look, it can all turn horribly wrong very quickly here. Wall of smoke's happening, and now Blaze should push in as James will fall. Follow-up grenade here as well, and it's going to be a 3 against 1. Clib, if there ever was time for a miracle, now is the time, as he's afraid of the fact that he might bleed out, and that's going to be Blaze securing the win.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, back to the studio.
Well, welcome back. I mean, we've seen definitely a lot better performance out of Team Liquid. Slightly strange move there at the very end from Clib to decide to push into that smoke, because he still had the zone.
He knows what he's doing, though, and there's an alternate universe. We're sitting here right now talking about the amazing move the Clib made as he pushed and got a 3v1 kill. I mean, it could have happened. If anyone's going to do it.
It's not so much about that. It's the fact that you still had time to work with. You could have healed up. You could have fallen back, actually went out through the back of the building, see if you can work out. You could have actually gone for a risky play, a bit more risky play in terms of going for the revive. There was still more time. Understandably that he didn't want to, in terms of he didn't know how many grenades are still in the hands of Blaze. Obviously, I must commend Blaze that for the second time today, they have shown a very seriously good performance, and they play their cards right. But yeah, still puzzled about that push from Clib. I think what might have been his plan is to push into the smoke, because those just bloomed, and sort of remain in the smoke and see if Blaze would have pushed and then he would have backstabbed them. That could have been, but you know, there's a lot of things that could have happened, but it happened as it did. So let's see what are the results of the after game standings. So this is how this map of Erangel finished. These are not the overall standings, and Blaze are currently secured 22 points for their name. That's definitely huge. 12 kills, 10 points for first place. Team Liquid finally second place in the game, 12 points to their name. ENCE as well, showing up a bit more. Tempus for the second time today are here.
Not bad.
Northern Lights, I would have expected still more out of them, but still, so far so good in terms of what they were able to do here today. TSM though, and uncharacteristically, same for Navi as well, only 6th and 8th accordingly. Win streak as well, I thought they could have done more, but they were pinched in pretty much. On the other side though, Etiget are finally not last. That's great.
Yeah. GameFraym, you hate to see that 0 there. Look, shout out to Etiquette, okay? They made quick moves. But they always seem to clump together. That seemed to be their tactic, right? They were always within, I don't know, like a 30.
Apart from the start of the game, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This part of the game, they were too spread out. And here we go.
Ooh, our bounty is going to be Pixelic. Oh, excuse me, Lipsin.
Yeah.
Confused with the first spot. So Blaze did manage to win, and the highest damage dealing player on their team was Lipsin, 648 damage dealt. So that means that Lipsin has a bounty on his head. Blaze will be looking to see if they can stay alive and claim the 150. Question is, can EB add another 150 to his team? As Team Liquid surely will be looking to follow up on that one.
That's it. No surprises, Pixelic there. I think he got 3 kills with 1 grenade.
So let's see where we stand overall. And it's the last game. Everyone all of these teams are looking at this and they're like, okay, TSM goes like, guys, we cannot die earlier than top 6 for sure, and they need to have at least 5-6 kills to their name. For Navi, they need to have a hell of a run right now. They need at least 10 kills here and at least top 3 to even get to close to TSM. So preferably they want to eliminate them in the process. Blaze have moved up back to their third original position where they started today. And of course, they'll be holding on to their dear life. But I wouldn't be too worried because Winstreak are the next team to follow with 46 points. So is it likely that Winstreak will grab 16 or more points in this game? History says unlikely. However, we've seen crazier things happen here.
So we're talking literally about a 20 kill round and a win for one of those teams, basically 4-8 to win it. 5-8, yeah.
Yeah, 20 or more for that matter. Team Liquid have moved up one more position and now in the 9th. Will perhaps we finally see Team Liquid break into the top 8 in the last week of PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify? That is a question yet to be answered. Omaken, we started talking good about them in the beginning of the day, and I was very hopeful, but we saw so many early fights, and 2 in the Miramar together with Etiget. They did manage to secure the victories in those fights. However, in the long run, it didn't really pay off for them. Raise Your Edge and Redline as well, uncharacteristically low, but Redline not having the best of days, playing with 3 people now. They had a stand-in for the first game. He disappeared. Then
Redline playing with 3 players. What's GameFraym and Etiget's excuse though, mate? I mean, they're
none. There's no excuses.
They're battling it out for the wooden spoon. That's what we call it in Australia when you come dead last. Come on, chat. Let us know.
What is their excuse?
Okay, yeah. 3 questions, chat. Number 1, what's the excuse, for getting the wooden spoon? 2, who's getting the wooden spoon? But 3, who's winning it all? Come on, you got to give me a pick right now before the final game.
Final round. I believe in the dream that Navi can gather themselves, compose themselves. They've had a bit of a rough run today, and I'm gonna remain adamant that Navi will secure the victory over TSM there.
How are they going to do it? Give me the how then. I mean, right now, Navi, 13 points behind.
I'll tell you exactly. That's where the answer lies. They need kills. They need early kills. So far, they've been playing it safe early. It's about that time that you throw that out of the window. They still need to be mindful of the fact that Blaze are following close by, and technically Blaze can still also have a sick run, but they need to have an even better than what we just saw. So is that going to happen? Who knows? They do have a bounty on their head, so it's probably unlikely they'll go for early fights.
So you're telling me we need a Paul Verhoeven 80s body count film right here, just maximum death and carnage, okay?
Yes.
All right. So listen.
Yeah, exactly. John Wick style.
John Wick. We need a John Wick right here, right? So we're dialing up a John Wick, okay? Keanu. Whoa. Now, give me win streak on 46 points.
Yeah.
Coming back to win it all. That's it. I'm done.
So that's what you want to see. You want to see win streak.
I want to see win streak come back from 46 points. That we're talking.
Chat is going to be salty if win streak takes
I will get a portrait commissioned. Okay, an oil painting portrait, old school style of me commissioned.
You're giving out,
and I will send that to Winstreak if you get this win, guys.
Chris is rich apparently because he can afford all these promises. But
no, it's gonna be really small. It's gonna be really small. Kind of like a playing card kind of stuff. But an oil painting, and that's coming to you in your clubhouse, Winstreak. If you can
are you gonna paint it?
Yes, self-portrait. Yes.
Amazing. Okay, well, I mean, the final game where we decide who is going to secure the big fact victory is almost on its way.
Oh my God.
I will remind you that after this last Erangel game, we'll still have a VIP round so everyone can just chill. There's still a bounty to be claimed as well in the last game, so that will still spice things up. There's still $150 to be grabbed. There's also $200 to be grabbed in the VIP round. TSM are looking to run away with the victory here. Chat is probably spamming TSM all day long. I want to see those Navi signs. You're saying win streak at the end of the day will come in with an absolute wild card and just mash things up as never seen before. Blaze are still no way, by no means out of the picture. They can still grab the victory here as well if they put up an even better show than what we've seen so far.
Big
and
facts.
still looking back at first week, Blaze, initially I thought, but now I've changed my mind.
Let's see what happens, mate.
Let's do it.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, let's go into the game.
If there ever was a day where, and if there ever was a game where every single kill mattered, this is the one. This is the final showdown of PUBG Pro Sessions, where tournament points are being handed out. The flight path is almost perfectly horizontal here, slightly towards the northern side of the map, but no issue really for any team to stretch to their favorite locations. You see that Northern Lights are going to switch up their locations from previous games. They're going to go for that Jarki area.
I asked production if I could sing Europe's The Final Countdown. They said no, and you should thank them, chat. Okay, but this is it. This is what it all
You know
boils
what?
down
I'm
to.
thankful as well, because my ears.
I have an angelic voice. Mate, this is huge. And this is 4 Fridays in a row. Chat's been joining us. Darnukdi's been joining us. The Banana Army, these 16 of the best teams in the world. I'm supposed to say only Europe, but I'm saying the best teams in the world. 10 grand up for grabs. PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify. This has been awesome, mate. I'm going to miss you next Friday. What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be thinking about how I don't need to think how to make excuses for your promises.
And I am going to be thinking about how win streak. Oh, here we go.
Look, this circle is a nasty one. Probably it's going to still remain towards the northern side of the circle. I doubt it's going to go towards Sosnovka Island. If it does, it's going to turn very quickly, very ugly for pretty much everyone on the map. You know, Northern Lights with this circle probably feeling pretty good coming down from Jarki. They'll have a clear line of sight where everyone is located. Again, to anyone that's perhaps newer to the PUBG scene, most of these teams play each other almost every day, if not actually playing every day. So they're very aware where all these teams are located on the map. They pretty much know what sort of threat poses them where with. Michael here, speaking about threats, is close to Sheik rated from Istanbul Wildcats. I doubt there's going to be any early action. Lipson hasn't managed to find a car.
So Lipson is the bounty player. Is this a tactic we're seeing?
It's the third time in a row where we see a bounty player just being solo far away. And I mean, rightly so. Blaze are not like, look, we're going to die and then we're going to give out the bounty. They are playing this like Lipson is going to stay alive, like they're going to secure the victory, like they're going to secure the extra $150 for themselves. And if they're currently in the overall standings in the third place, I mean, they're currently sitting potentially on $800. So $150 on top of that is a nice addition to have just because you managed to stay alive, but that does mean that they would need to secure the victory here at least.
Running Simulator 2020, probably not brought to you by Nike. I mean, he's here we go. All right, TSM and win streak very close by here. So, you know, this is, if my prediction is to come true.
Well, if your prediction is to come true, win streak need to make a move fast and try to eliminate TSM as fast as possible. Now, I doubt that TSM are going to move any further from where they are right now, just because there's so many buildings to work with for them. There's so much loot as well to gather, and they can just bunker themselves up. Obviously, they want to make sure that they're not spread too far apart. Tempus also, Tempus actually are in prime position if the worst happens for everyone on the map, and if it takes a hard shift towards south, towards Sosnovka Island, then Tempus are going to be first over the bridge, and they're going to be first to start to gatekeep everyone else coming in. Oh, Iva's dangerously close, passing by Laza. Laza won't miss the opportunity of taking these shots. Even Lipson there as well to back him up. Ivas did manage to pull a quick turn around the corner, so I doubt we're going to see any knocks here. It's just Ivas being a nuisance. and just tempting Blaze.
Is he trolling them?
As you know, he's just like, come get me. Making sure the compound is empty and up for grabs, but doesn't matter. Redline is not interested in this property. Ivas. Oh, Ivas is so dangerous. A single slither of health remaining as he's going to be knocked, and that is going to be the end of him. There's no way he's staying alive, and that's all she wrote. Even a bit. Was that BM, or was he just unsure that he's dead?
I don't know, a little bit of overkill right there. I mean,
it's just like, yeah, you stay down.
It's not zombie mode, is it? You know?
No. There's no zombie mode in PUBG.
Killer. It was pretty.
But yeah, you want to make sure that he's out of the game.
Man, it was just nasty.
There is an airdrop on the way, and Tempus should see this coming. The plane, obviously, beforehand makes a lot of noise, and Wookie
I'm actually really happy.
Could go for this.
Some of the teams that have been perpetually on the bottom half of the table have really shown up here on the final day, and I'm really, really happy with that.
Yeah, as I said, there's nothing to lose for them in terms of that, so why not take the risk? Why not play more aggressively? Why not to be a bit more greedy and grab those kills? And look, worst case scenario, even if you don't move up, you get to ruin the day for some of the top teams.
There you go.
That's some consolation.
And look at this package arriving perfectly, just like merchandise from Printify, our title sponsor, arriving perfectly here for the customer. In this case,
being sucked up quickly from the box. Did we get to see what was inside, or did I just miss it?
I don't believe so, but
looks
like
that's the AWM.
Oh,
juicy pickup for Wookie.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Well, let's see what he can do with it. I mean, we've so far seen a few AWMs being picked up, but actually in terms of kills gained with it, I can't recall.
One. I want to say one from memory, and even then, my memory's not the best. A memory of a goldfish, but
TSM might have their Navi might have their plans ruined here as Senya is pinned into the building right now. Gonna need to work with the roof. Does manage to get a kill onto T-Bone. Omaken still not having the best of days, and if Senya plays his cards right, he still might come out on top of this. Flashbang through, no push commencing just yet, as Senya still trying to remain alive. More flashes are going to be deployed while the players try to get inside, but that's going to be a grenade that will take Senya's life. And now Navi is pulling up and looking to see if they can revenge their fallen comrade, as Omaken now are going to take the place of Senya being stuck in that building. Let's see if Besto and everyone else can follow up on the kills. Orange here trying to scout out information. No real opportunity, it looks like, for them to push into this, or at least they're not really willing to take any more losses so early on. Senya did manage to secure one kill for them. He's still alive.
If he could just find a way to get off this roof.
Yeah, he's trying to dance on it, but as you can see, it's hard to approach this compound because around it, there's really only one hill that you can peek over. Everything else is just open grounds, and Navi choose to opt out and say goodbye to their fallen member. Etiget, though, in the meantime, have secured the kill for themselves, but
good job there.
Did take some damage in return. Besto still. If he finds the knock here, that would be great. Decides to destroy the buggy at least.
You hate to see Senya go down because he is very, very capable.
Yeah, he's crucial with the SLR in hand, and well, we haven't seen it that much this week. Last week definitely was a different story from Senya. I mean, at one point I think it was sitting on 7 or 9 kills alone on Navi's side, and that's what I mean by having such a important role in terms of having a player that knows how to work with DMR, and Senya definitely is an expert in that field. Some long shots being taken by Shiv, going for those tires. Didn't manage to see if those connected in my grandpa glasses.
I can't quite make them out over there, but wait, no, I feel like they're all playing a little stiff here. You know, I don't know.
Yes and no. The circle is still quite wide, so you really want to see if you can sort of benefit from what the situation is. Okay, a very centric circle here, so good news in terms of not having to go towards Sosnovka Island. As predicted beforehand, Northern Lights also have found a safe passage, even though they're split 2 and 2 and they're going in between Raise Your Edge, Etiget, and Win Streak.
What are the Istanbul Wildcats doing? They're out in the ocean there. That's going to be interesting, right?
Yeah, they're taking for the calm and collected approach. I mean, they did secure a victory here once today. They could theoretically do it again. Tempus, though, find themselves in a bit of a gunfire with Melman there from Tornado Energy.
Okay, here we go. Now the leaderboard on the left, they're not updated in real time. Yeah, the last game, guys, and Navi, Blaze, everything to play for here.
What's TSM doing? We haven't seen them so far, I think.
I think
Navi, though, and Blaze only 4 points apart from each other, so this should be pretty interesting how it's going to turn out. Blaze need to see if they can rack up more kills. There's TSM in Pochinki, your favorite place to be, just grabbing that loot, securing as much utility as possible. The amount of heals is quite impressive on effects, but those will come in handy a bit later on. Etiget are also there close by, so they might actually run into each other, even though it's unlikely if you compare the calibers of players that Etiget will come out on top in that battle, but who knows? Who knows?
so. Tornado Energy really spread out there, but they've got a fly in the ointment. There's a player in between. Everybody really doing a lot better job this week with the spacing, though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You see a lot less fights where there's suddenly like 4 or 5 teams fighting at the same time.
Yeah.
So that does indicate that everyone does take a bit more caution here, even though in terms of the pace of the actual game, I would say we're quite doing in the higher rankings in terms of how generally PUBG games tend to play out. GameFraym here have spotted a few ENCE players. Don't get a knock in just yet. Ultra not in the best position as I say that, though. He does manage to get a kill onto Tixu. Will finish him off. Now he needs to get away from here or needs some cover fire. Will make a move. Tekker's looking to see if he can even get a follow-up there. Rustanmar will fall, and that's a nice headshot, and the SLR is excellent at doing that. Exo, in the meantime, will find Diggory. Oh my, ENCE.
ENCE dropping like flies here, mate. And look at GameFraym, they heard you. What's their excuse?
No excuses.
No excuses.
Nothing to lose. Grenade on top. Does that connect? That's a long one, slightly short.
Hey.
But Skooge is gonna leave, so last man standing for ENCE as Rustanmar will bleed out and will be finished off by Dex.
Run, Forrest, run. He's just gone.
I need to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a while.
All right.
Speaking about Bat Right, Maxi Zor from Win Streak, you called it. You said there's going to be big things to come. Well, they're still sitting on
Kemba,
0 kills.
member of that Russian PUBG Nations Cup winning team.
Tempus just
He's awesome.
prize after prize from the sky as yet another drop.
There we go. Look at Tekker's on Marv there as well.
And look,
GameFraym have come to play. They're leaving it all out there. I love to see that.
Circle goes more and more centric there. Navi and Blaze are very close by, and one of the two is going to fall within the nearest 2 minutes, or even less than that, I would say, because they need to make a move and they will cross paths entering the zone. And remember, there's still other teams close by to disrupt these plans. Tempus probably tempted to go for that drop, but Omaken are close by and probably keeping close watch on the red smoke. EB scouting out what's going on here. This is also an interesting location to be in if you're on Erangel. Sort of have a few buildings to work with, but at the same time, if you find yourself without a vehicle, this is probably not the place where you want to be, because there's, again, a lot of open ground around. Blaze now on the move, decide to go for it.
Here's my boy Vard.
Apocalypse will fall, as so as will Rip9, and his Lipson is still alive and driving away with the bounty on his head.
They finally gave him a car. There we go.
Michael has heard Tekker's close by, and last man standing for Redline. As I said before, like for Redline, all I can say, they have seen better days.
They have. Poor lads. There are only 3 men in today's tournament. You got to commend them for giving it their all, though. Solid effort.
Yeah, not throwing in the towel,
Yeah.
you know, still playing it through.
Yes, sir.
Michael might even stay alive here, might even find a kill for himself as he pops in a matter of time, gets 2 here. Excellent job. Question is, can he find even more? Tries to go for securing these kills. He will do that, and it's a time to dip, Michael. It's time to dip. TSM are joining the fight now as Miracle.
And all of a sudden, GameFraym can't even go get Michael. This is fantastic. You love to see it.
Michael chooses the right time to pounce, and TSM luckily joined in and I would say saved Michael's life there with the fire coming through.
This is a fun circle, mate. This is pretty dynamic right here because
fun for you to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I'm not playing. Fun for the viewers at home. Oh,
still all 16 teams are alive though, so that's something to take note.
Can't believe that.
Phase 3, last game that gives out points, and Tempus just continuing to ruin Omaken's day. As Page will fall.
Pixelic had that wonder nade on TSM last map. That was fantastic. Hungry for more here.
Yeah, Omaken will be greeted by GameFraym as well close by. So Omaken are unlikely to survive this one. Now it becomes really interesting.
Yep.
Navi need to backstab Istanbul Wildcats. There's really no other option for that. Team Liquid are in prime position to find passerby kills. VOD, in the meantime, has found a kill onto Ultra from GameFraym. Vasco will fall as well, and TSM are starting to rack up these kills both towards Omaken and GameFraym, and this is exactly what they need to start to build their momentum here. 2 kills to their name with all still 16 teams alive starts to put up a serious run for them, and seeing that kill feed, Navi are probably thinking to themselves, look, it's about time we need to start doing something ourselves as well, a bit more here. GameFraym will be eliminated. That's going to be QEZ. That puts an end to their run here. They will still have an opportunity to run around in Sandhog, but that is only cash options for them. Lipson now, together with Laza, somehow need to survive the raining grenades from Etiget. Oh my god, Lipson is going to be down on the ground. That's going to be Blaze eliminated, and that is going to be Etiget securing the cash for themselves.
There you go.
All right, so
Etiget.
Everyone is performing, everyone's putting up numbers. Etiget at least grab some cash to them. And even get the tab from Navi. So Navi starting to fall apart here a bit. Omaken are out of the game, so no chance for them. And Navi will be eliminated 13th, so this is TSM's to grab. So unless Blaze can read the plans, and speaking about ruining plans, that's Unity finding the kill onto Vex. He even finds the flush. Oh, this is bad.
There are the standings.
Tomato Energy, though,
so
will fall from the hands of Ard.
Navi are gone. They cannot win, guys. It's really up to Blaze.
It's really up to Blaze to see if they can overthrow TSM, but TSM are just racking up these numbers incredibly quickly as they're sitting already on 4 kills. Just a moment ago it was just 2, so they're doubling their investment super fast. Bard, slightly dangerous position. The smoke is blooming. He'll put down another one. The grenade starts to come through. Somehow that does no damage.
I'm so confused
Question
right now.
mark. And there, Melman will fall from the hands of Diaz, essentially saving Vard's life as Tornado Energy will be eliminated in 12th position. What is going on here? Istanbul Wildcats have pulled up, and Etiget are starting to fall apart here. Tempus is there as well, and it's just a death match, basically, between these 3 as Code Marco finds one, will be eliminated, so that's Etiget out of the game, but they have secured $150 for themselves.
And 7 kills. There you go. They're doing everything they can not to get the wooden spoon.
Let's see if Istanbul Wildcats can survive Tempus here, though. They're not out of the woods just yet. So many smokes on the ground. Nail up, trying to find an angle here, but that smoke obscures his vision. Wookie tempted to push closer. He has the AWM as well, I think, still in hand. From that close of a range, it's a hell of a gun to have. Wookie gets a kill onto BSD. Let's see if he can find a follow-up. Oh my god. Textbook plays from Wookie here as he finds 2, and that's Istanbul Wildcats falling apart. Nail Up will fall, and in return, Rupture will eliminate Tempus, saving his team.
I thought Wookie was going to pull it off, mate. That was textbook.
And where did Blaze go amongst all of this? What happened? There's so much action now. So if Blaze are out, this means only, well, this means that's it probably. Most likely TSM have already secured the victory here. Northern Lights are starting to fall apart, and unless somehow Winstreak just...
Winstreak get 40 kills. No, I'm kidding. All right, so like...
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they need to instantly delete the whole server. Michael now, the man, the myth, the legend, has spotted one of the TSM members there, but opts in to not go for those gunshots.
Okay, Michael is now officially John Wick, okay? This is it. He's
a man on a mission.
He really is. He really is.
Perfectix will fall. So Miracle now in the meantime finds a kill onto Kompot. Potentially a 5th kill for TSM if they can find a flush somehow. Oh, Northern Lights uncharacteristically playing very close here. Obviously didn't have that many options considering where the zone is, and that is going to be Shiv putting an end to Deep. TSM have lost Vex, but still 3 members alive, and as I say that, she created will knock Miracle, and he's gonna be killed off here in the process. Michael now joins the fight and just continuously ruining the day for everyone as Iroh's trying to stay alive. Michael using use of that single tree as cover, but that's VOD. It's like, listen, leave him alone right now.
Oh, VOD was like the school teacher there, just cracking the whip. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, Team Liquid, though, on the other hand, are still in prime position to get themselves into the top 8.
Yeah.
Out of all the crazy scenarios that would have thought of, 2 members from TSM alive, Iroh and VOD. Now, at this point in time, just making sure pretty much that the first place is theirs. TSM fans, you can start to open your champagne gradually here as the game still plays out in front of us. Yeah. And as I say that, Vard will fall to Rupture, and he's been a serious force on the side of Istanbul Wildcats today. At least this game for sure is 4 kills to his name, and he's looking to, alongside with BST, finishing off TSM, and TSM will be eliminated in 7th position. But if my math is correct, TSM also have secured $1,600 to their name. In the meantime, Istanbul Wildcats, 5 kills already to them, as Rupture will put an end to Northern Lights as well. So we hope for miracles here. We hoped for something insane coming out of those who could overthrow TSM, but it will have to be different PUBG Pro Sessions, where we'll see that pan out. Udir might run into James here in just a second if he's not careful about his rotation. However, Team Liquid's other members are far off and won't be able to assist unless Udir overexposes himself.
I don't think Winstreak are going to get it done here, mate. I think my prediction is out the window at this stage.
Well, are you sure about that, as the meme says?
I need to see a kill count on Winstreak.
Kill count on Winstreak. We'll see if we can make it happen. In the meantime, though, last teams remaining is Winstreak with 2 members, Istanbul Wildcats with 3. And as I said that, if Winstreak have only 1 man standing, but it looks like it's going to be a brawl between Raise Your Edge and Team Liquid, who both have full members alive. Winstreak sitting at 2 kills. Yeah, it's not going to do much for you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Still, I would say, a very decent performance out of Winstreak. The first time we saw them playing here in PUBG Pro Sessions, they were a bit on the quieter side. Speaking about quiet, that's not something that Raise Your Edge are
not sharks with
transcripting to the server as they find a kill onto James.
Gone.
Put up a good fight, though. Still 3 members alive for Team Liquid, and let's see if they can still find the victory here. Offstring trying to pop a heal.
Unpleasant
Does
situation.
he even try?
Unpleasant
like
situation.
He's just, you know, what do you do there? You're pinned down to the ground. And the headshot connects eventually as BST will secure the kill there. And that's a killing spree again for Istanbul Wildcats.
10.
Having 10 kills to their name.
finishing strong here. Fair play. Fair play to him.
We'll have to see the overall standings, but Istanbul Wildcats have definitely seriously impressed me today.
Without a doubt. Good to see. Okay.
4 against 3 and 3 players. Raise Your Edge have very good ground right now to their name.
Yeah.
Can Team Liquid even push them in any way? Not sure, but can they climb into top 8? That's definitely still a possibility, as Shiv will find the kill onto PST. And that's Istanbul Wildcats suffering losses. And look at the next circle as well. That is Raise Your Edge written all over it. Team Liquid will need to leave the comfort and safety of their homes.
Yeah.
And the question is about when to do it, because Udyr is definitely keeping a close eye onto them. Istanbul Wildcats as well, not in the best position to push this. So
They're
this,
really not. Yeah.
an early move coming out from Team Liquid here, and Udyr will start to translate to his team over that. Look, Team Liquid are pushing in. Udyr slightly falls back, waits for his teammates to rejoin. And this might be just the end of Team Liquid unless they get some fast knocks. Also, Istanbul Wildcats, if they play their cards right, they might ruin the day for Raise Your Edge. And Raise Your Edge definitely don't want to find themselves in a simultaneous fight with 2 teams here. So they really need to choose their timings right. And speaking about that, PST just making sure nobody is too keen to push here, as she created on the move.
Istanbul Wildcats had the vehicle up the sleeve there. That was great.
Speaking about she created, and both Rupture will fall, so Istanbul Wildcats not likely that they're going to be securing the victory here. In the meantime, though, Klib now together with Ibi, seeing if they can find the pushes. They get a knock onto Udyr. Aduzi able to respond in the meantime, so this is going to be backwards and forwards. Grenades pulled out for either side. Knocks and kills on both sides. Raise Your Edge still 4 members alive, and Aduzi with this flank will put an end to Team Liquid. It's only in between Raise Your Edge and Istanbul Wildcats, who only have a single member standing. That's PSD taking those shots, and Raise Your Edge are going to be the ones to secure the chicken.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, back to the studio.
Raise Your Edge have definitely risen the bar for everyone else in this final game of Erangel, the final game that hands out points here in PUBG Pro Sessions. These are actually the second PUBG Pro Sessions. The first ones, well, in the first ones, back in August, the victory was secured by Omaken. They had an insane run. They grabbed $1,600 to their name there.
They did.
Pretty sure we know who has managed to grab the second points, but I must commend firstly Istanbul Wildcats today for showing us some insane skill coming through, showing how they can perform if they take those risks. Same goes for Raise Your Edge, that have been very keen on being aware of where everyone else is on the map, making sure that they definitely join the fights in the worst possible moment for their opponent. You know, for the likes of Team Liquid, as mentioned in the beginning of the stream, they have found a bit better pacing, and that has seemed to has transitioned over from PCS for themselves. We're going to find out in a short moment if they broke into the top 8, but also we're going to find out what happened with Blaze. Where did they end up? Because they were holding in the 3rd position in the midst of chaos around that phase 5, I believe.
And so we're going to have a look at after game stats first, okay?
All right, well, let's see.
Before final standings.
So where's Blaze?
Right,
Blaze. They're not in the top 8.
Ouch.
So they fell even sooner than the top 8 managed to finish off. Here, Team Liquid have secured their position in number 7. TSM finished off in 4th with only 7 points, but as mentioned before, that might be enough. Who knows?
Yeah.
Etiget, though, 7 points to their name, so not too shabby. Those are 7 kill points. They were at least,
they were good.
Went out guns blazing. And as I said before, they did secure the bounty. So $150 they have secured. So it's not like they're leaving empty-handed here. Let's have a look at the second half, though.
The backhand. Oh, you know what? I think I think GameFraym may have won the wooden spoon, mate. There you go.
Yeah.
I think the 7 kills. We got to see what happens in the
Well,
final
it's definitely
standings.
not Tempus anymore. They
But-
showed us a sick play coming out from them today in the first game.
1 kill for Blaze right there. Oh my God! And just a reminder, the standings are coming. The standings are coming, but a reminder: first place $1,600. Okay, second place $1,000. Third place 800, and fourth place 600. So really, we think TSM have taken first.
Well, let us know in the chat. Who do you think is grabbing the big fat victory here?
Yep.
Anyone who is a fan of anyone, it's now the time to show which team you are rooting for. Week number 2 of PUBG Pro Sessions number 2. I believe we are ready for
Here
the
we
big
go.
reveal. Drum roll, standings on the screen, please, and let's crown a victor. And the victory goes to
Yes.
TSM.
50.
They started off the second PUBG Pro Sessions week number 1 with 2 victories, 36 kill points to their name, and they're finishing things off even better by securing that first position, $1,600 to their name, 86 points, followed by Navi, who unfortunately didn't manage to close that point gap in this final game, 68 points and $1,000 to their name. Blaze, even coming out so soon in this
Yeah.
last game, have remained in that third position where they started off today. There was a bit of a risk of them falling short, so $800 respectively to them, and fourth place taken by Istanbul Wildcats.
There you go. They literally jumped ahead a win streak there to get some of the prize
In
pool.
the
That
nick
was
of time.
huge. That was massive, a massive last round. Can we talk about the 50 kills for TSM? 50.
Disgusting.
Hard.
Absolutely disgusting. And a huge shout out to all of the TSM members, because the amount of kills that they were able to rack up during these 2 weeks in PUBG Pro Sessions has been insane for sure.
So, wooden spoon, it's a tie, except on the tie break. There are tie break factors here. GameFraym gets the wooden spoon. I'm so sorry, Techers and Ab.
I mean, look, Etiget, crunch time, right? They
Yep.
move themselves
Yep.
up out of that 16th position. Redline with 2 kills less, but
Yep.
a poor one
Michael,
more point.
So Michael literally took
Saved them.
Redline.
He
He
saved
did.
them.
He saved them from the wooden spoon. There we go.
So Michael, the man of the hour for Redline, playing a man down today. Omaken, we hoped for a miracle story again. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out for them.
Yep.
Unity, I still say I'm very impressed with the amount of changes this team has gone through. That's definitely an
Yeah.
impressive feat to have here, playing well above the teams alike. Again, those same Omaken, as well as ENCE. Tempus also very pleasant
Yeah.
to see that they're not
This
towards
week.
the bottom half there. They're closer to that top 10. So Tempus, congratulations, guys. Definitely my thoughts have changed in terms of your performance. Northern Lights is probably one of the teams that you also don't expect to be in that bottom 8. And yeah, last week and also in the first 2 weeks, we saw them having like serious kill participation from being advantageous positions in top of the hills, where they pretty much feel comfortable with, especially with the likes of Batulins on their side. And his mini performance has been crazy. Unfortunately, didn't show up today.
Right.
So
And look,
unfortunately,
you mentioned a couple. Just shout out again, Etiget. They got the bounty. They got 7
happy
kills.
for them.
Yeah, I'm happy for them as well. $150 to take home right there. I thought that was a pretty awesome final round right there.
Well,
I
talking
really
about
like that.
Talking about awesome final things, there's a little thing called the VIP round coming up for us.
There
and
is.
Before that, we would like to speak to Dan D again. Hello and welcome back.
Hi.
Hi.
Salut.
All right. Well, I mean, there has been some seriously intense action today. And talking about intense action, there is one more VIP round to be played out. Now, so far, we have yet to experience a VIP round where you manage to get to the very end of the game. Unfortunately, due to some players feeling like you were a threat to them. So I'm thinking, like, do you have maybe some ideas how you can better sort of communicate on the server that you're not posing any danger, like, you know, spamming emoticons whilst there's gunfire around or something that would draw attention of these players?
Definitely try to make myself more visible so players understand that I'm not afraid to be visible for them and I'm not hiding behind the trees or rocks. So that will gonna be definitely the plan today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
gotta say, I felt like you were safest when you were standing on top of the rocks last week, you know? So, yeah, we need to see more of that, definitely.
yeah, just exposing yourself, right? Okay, well, I mean, I was thinking yesterday about the VIP round in general and just the fact that this is a fun match and an opportunity for the players to grab some cash, but it got me thinking, like, do you see perhaps PUBG implementing more of these sort of fun mods, like, say, the likes of this VIP round, or perhaps like an adjusted game of hide and seek on the server or something the likes of that?
I think it's really amazing idea that in this tournament we do have such one match. It's really refreshing, something new, and I feel like it brings different kind of mood in the game, and that would be really awesome to see in the further future tournaments, such type of games, because it's just a little bit more just for fun. No super serious gameplay there involved, probably. Yeah, I would really look forward for such games.
Okay, so an opportunity to fool around is definitely on the cards here.
Speaking of which, are you finally going to flashbang the hostage taker, or are we going to see more smokes today? What, you got any nasty, you got anything crazy up your sleeves here?
We're gonna see. You're gonna have the results really soon, but definitely, I'm gonna be annoying, and I'm gonna be helpful for the team who are gonna take me as a hostage.
That's awesome. And we have one final question for you. Banana Army's in here. You've achieved fantastic success as a streamer and a PUBG player. Do you have any words of inspiration or a message for someone who's just starting out as either an esport athlete or a streamer? Any message you'd like to give them?
Definitely never stop if you have some kind of personal goals, and don't listen to the naysayers, because they were gonna always gonna tell that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, because they didn't succeed in something. Just believe in yourself and everything will gonna come to you.
All right, well,
That's
quite
awesome.
the inspirational message.
Awesome.
I believe in you, Danik D. I believe that we're going to see you in the very final circle with the last team alive, and I believe that we will finally get to see you execute them. So let's see if that's going to be the case, as we're going to be jumping into the server. Let's not waste any more time. Danik D, a huge thank you for that phone call. And look, Sandhawk on the grounds, on the cards here. Previously, we also, in the previous weeks, we talked about potentially seeing her grabbing a glider. That would be also an interesting twist here, because the players can't really get to her, so they somehow need to ground the glider first without hurting Danik D, get a tag in, and, you know, that's a difficult task in its own. And also, if that does happen, it's probably going to be an interesting sight to see the whole of the server just falling one glider on the server. Previously, we've seen also some fist fights going down. You just mano a mano, no weapons, just all good old back in the day.
Just ninja,
throw a punch.
Ninjutsu, kung fu in the jungle. I love it. I want to see more of that as well. I feel like Danik D has been scheming, has been cooking something up this last week.
I mean, you're constantly asking her to spill the beans about what her plans are, and last week you touched on the subject about that flashbang, so I feel like that really has stuck with you, right? You just want to see someone suffer.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to see what's going on. And so, look, we'll just explain again. No competition points
No points.
here.
Those are done. Omaken secured the first victory in the PUBG Pro Sessions #1. TSM have grabbed the second victory here in PUBG Pro Sessions #2. So this is all about $200 being played out between the server. And yeah, Chris, perhaps just lay down the rules one more time
really
for me.
quickly. If you win the whole thing, your team gets $50, okay? If you're the first team to tag Danik D, you get 150. However, if another team tags her and another, then that 150 is split between all the teams that tag her. Now, if we see a quick Danik D death, please. Oh my God, pro teams, there's the replay. VOD, calm down, okay? This is where we need you not to have the reflex skills. If it happens before first circle, then we are going to be restarting. However, if it happens after that, then we play out. However, that team gets zero cash, even if they win it.
Exactly. So even if someone kills Danik D, even if they win the whole map of Sandhawk, They get nada. They get nothing. That's what you get.
Because killing
Nothing.
Donok-D is bad, okay? All right?
And we've seen this before as well,
have.
where you know, team members actually choose to punish afterwards the player that kills her by leaving him to die to the blue zone.
Can I get a res? No. You cost us money. We're going to leave you to die, and rightly so.
Yeah, so the players are gradually jumping into Sandhawk, so they're just making sure everyone has loaded up.
Yep.
This is the time where to debrief and relax, and Danik actually is already hiding, so...
It's already... Oh, yeah, we haven't...
Oh.
Okay, match starting, and this is pretty funny. We've seen some
warm-up.
horrific... We've seen some horrific scenes in the warm-up there. We've seen already teams practicing tagging Donok-D. Look, it needs to be a very gentle, very gentle, like little fist bump like that for the tag, okay?
Didn't go for the exploding fist,
no
so sorry.
exploding fist bump. We're 25 seconds out from Donok-D in the final VIP round of the PUBG Pro Sessions.
And the
with
final
Printify.
stream for now.
For now. And all we're allowed to say is, wink, okay, is definitely make sure you've liked the channel, make sure you're following us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow Twitter if you want to find those highlights, because we've been posting those there. There's some hilarious moments.
But also for news about the next PUBG Pro Sessions.
All right, well, let's jump in and see how Sandhawk plays out. Let's see if Donok-D can survive till the end of the game.
Hey, this is Donok-D and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, let's go into the game.
Into the game we go.
Here we are.
All right, so obviously the logo, the name that you really want to follow here is Donok-D. We'll keep a close eye out. And previously we've seen some teams actually scouting for her already in the air. We saw last week Navi opting in for the option of just hanging out in the air as long as possible, making sure they stretch their lives out as much as they can. Can you spot Donok-D is the name of the game right now, as she will be trying to go most likely for that glider. We've been asking for it so much.
But she's oh, there we go. Oh, she went out last. She's a big fan of boot camp. That's her favorite location.
Well, there's also a few big fans of hers in the form of Redline. And ENCE there is in the midst of it as well. So this is the player model that you want to find on the server. All white.
There we go.
Easily stands out
Don't shoot
in the
Donok-D.
jungle of Sandhawk.
Okay.
She goes for the airfield there, so looking to see if she
So
can
what's going
spot.
on here?
All right, so this is exactly what I was talking about.
Oh.
It's ENCE and Omaken just being like, look.
They're just chilling. What are they waiting for here? Pistols at dawn. Oh, then shots fired. No.
It's just warning shots right now. Quick reminder though, the tags count once the first circle starts moving, and it's a Fight Club happening. You know the first rule about Fight Club, you can't talk about it, but hey.
We can talk about it though. There we go. Lol, that's it. No, yeah, this is hugs. Hugs in the jungle club.
Hugs.
Not Fight Club.
Yeah, no fighting.
No fighting.
The blood just is from the super bear hugs that are being given out here between ENCE and Omaken.
All right, who's next? The next victim.
Yeah, they're dropping their shirts as well, so it's not like you can grab anyone by the shirt here.
There we go.
You can see Michael keeping a close tab on Donok, but first phase, so after a minute, only after a minute, he tags her. Now, it will count as a tag.
The PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify, guys. This is the fun end of the evening. It's been a series of events with a difference, and this is what it's all about.
Omaken have taken Tixu as hostage. He's their own VIP. They're going to be following him closely around here. No kills going through just yet, apart from that one.
I feel like collusion is something's going on here. Do they all have an agreement? Are we going to see a kumbaya moment here? Are we going to see like no deaths at all?
That would be interesting. Like what happens if everyone stays alive and everyone tags Donok-D and everyone gets like, here's your 25 cents.
Everyone's going to get $1.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Grab yourself some ice cream.
Oh, there we go. Tixu and Tixu killing Voxu there. Okay.
You mean hugged to death?
Yes, sorry. Hugged to death. Yes.
Yeah. Happy thoughts. Tixu will heal up, so he's like
Okay.
One against the squad of Omaken. He's leveling you up right now. He's going to wait for those boosters to kick his health up even higher.
I am incredibly confused as to what is going on here.
Yeah. Is this going to be a Russian roulette happening?
Oh my god, this is like Deer Hunter. Please stop. No. This is too... Oh, stop. Don't do it.
Where's the deer, though?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. Look, if an ENCE falls in the woods and no one is around to see it, does it still make a noise, you know? What's going on here? This is interesting to cast. I'm not gonna... They're going for a swim now. Well, are we finally gonna see Donald in a boat?
Oh, this might be an opportunity. So, well, nobody really knows what's going on here, same as we do. So we just go along with whatever is happening right now. Looks like Redline will be securing Danigdi as their hostage for now. So.
Hug Club is back. Oh, no, God!
Oh, come on. Rostanmar.
T-Bone.
That's not a hug anymore.
I feel like we definitely need more music. It's very quiet. What's going on?
Well,
what was this?
Jepti.
Oh, Donokti is in the boat.
Okay,
here we go.
Okay, this is definitely something that we haven't seen so far. The question is how long they can run for on this boat.
This is great. This has some GTA Vice City vibes about it right here. I'm feeling some.
In the meantime, ENCE friendly hugs happening as they put down to the ground their own teammates.
Yeah, and someone forgot to give someone forgot to give Raise Your Edge the memo about not shooting because they are going ham in the jungle. Okay.
Yeah. Well, ENCE now has found one of Unity members, that Compot.
What could possibly go wrong here?
Yeah, well, who knows? They're just
hanging out.
Vest has been dropped, so Diggory wants to go for this.
This is the chill end to the evening here. Yeah. Oh, shots fired.
Shots fired close by as Deep joins in, and Diggory finally going fist.
Yep.
Don't you touch my VIP.
Yoga fire. Hot Dugan.
Oh, Diggory seems to be
going their Mortal Kombat. Here we go.
Forced to be reckoned with when it comes to fist fights.
So Redline have tagged Donokdi and are now just
hoping that nobody has a DMR.
Oh, there we go. Just whee.
Fun times all around the board. Poor Marv. Hoping nobody gets seasick.
Definitely Grand Theft Auto Vice City right here. I feel like the devs took some inspiration.
Yeah, well, the scenic route has been taken. In the meantime, there's Raise Your Edge.
Cue your Jan Hammer tunes right there.
Apparently a point to be proven for them, fighting a win streak.
There is still $50 to be played for if you win this.
Yeah. I mean, it's not all lost if you just go for the win here as well. You might want to prioritize that over anything else. If Donokdi stays alive long enough, they will still have the opportunity. Printify delivery in the middle of the water, so you can get your stuff delivered there as well.
Wherever you live on the globe, Printify will get you your merchandise.
Yeah, probably won't be an AWM though.
That's it. And I actually set up my own merch store as well.
Yeah.
There we go. It was super easy. 10 minutes. Shout out to Printify. Completely free. And guess what?
Are you selling your paintings there?
That's where I'm selling my I sold 2 mugs and a t-shirt and 2 t-shirts this last week. There you go.
Crazy, man.
And no, I didn't buy them myself, chat. All right. It was
your mom bought it.
My mom and her bridge club friend. All right. Okay.
Okay, well, the circle is being a bit rough here as there's not much ground remaining for the players to work with.
Donald is going in circles, and what happens when the fuel runs out, though?
Yeah, that's a big question. But like you can perhaps catch a wave and see if
Surf's
you can drift. You can
Surf's
still
up,
swim.
bro.
Surf's up, brah.
Jeff Spicoli.
Look.
Oh, there we go. Obscure 80s movie references for the win. Whoa. All right, finally, looks like Mixie's playing for keeps. I like it.
Yeah, Orange as well, keen to join the fight. Last man standing for Navi. Knows the Tornado Energy member is close by. Is going to flush QEZ.
Oh, he
with
threw
the pan.
He literally threw a pan at him.
This is the moment where you can let your frustration of the day out and just be like, really smack someone with a pan.
Yep. Who throws the pan here, really?
Example,
Alright.
taking those tight angles, still in pro mode.
Right. And back to Darnock D. Can we get a look at the fuel?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, this
Red-
is like, look, Darnock D's just flexing. She's got the... Oh, it's great. She's standing up. We got the emotes going on here.
I mean,
It's actually, it is a smart strategy. If
Yeah,
she
to keep her
doesn't
in
get
water.
tagged, if she doesn't get tagged, they get the $150.
that's first, and second,
Right.
anyone who wants to approach them
Right.
would need to do that either on a boat or by swimming.
Yeah.
And I mean, Redline can still just switch seats in the boat and actually shoot some fire. Batulins,
It is
hello
Redline.
and goodbye.
It is Redline with the tag, isn't it? It's just a little difficult to make
It
out
is,
the R.
yeah.
All right.
Just Redline so far that have tagged her. So Redline having 3 members, you know, not having one. Hey, split three-way split.
Uh-oh.
Darnock has left the boat. Well, Darnock is not like restrained exclusively to them. Within reason, she can move around, so she has the chance to jump out of
Wait
the boat.
a second. Oh, what's
we
this?
have a contender.
Oh! There we go. Shots fired.
Right, so that's probably why Darnock D might have jumped out here.
Yeah.
She has spotted the boat and previously has had mixed results when it comes to surviving battles amongst teams and trying to tag her.
It's Wookie Bookie! Wookie Bookie's out there, my spirit animal.
Yeah, well, he's alone, so understands he can't really go 1v3 here. They're actually on the hunt for him.
Let's go. Wookie Bookie can take him, don't worry.
Yeah, well, keeping close to that outer circle obviously
Yeah.
means that
We might see
nobody can approach them.
a flying punch here. You never know. All Wookie Bookie needs to do is tag her once, one punch, and he gets $75.
Yeah, well, bad news for the remaining Tempus members here. They'll try to stay alive as long as possible. There's quite a few teams around right now as Phase 2 is closing off. Only 30 seconds remaining here, and the circle is going to get quite small quite fast.
Oh, Wookie Bookie.
Oh
Careful.
man, I've seen these go wrong.
no.
You don't wanna take these shots.
Stop shooting, Wookie. Stop it. Oh,
my
God.
God. If he gets Darnock out
No.
of all 4 people in the boat, it's just not meant to be. God, please don't.
Wookie.
All right. Hard
Playing,
shift of the circle though,
playing with fire.
and Redline on their way to extend the amount of time that Darnock D has to spend with them.
Orange getting it done.
Yeah, Team Liquid have secured 7 kills here, so they're just playing a bit of an aim game. Well, in terms of handing out in the boat, they still technically can do it as long as they stay close to Kao.
Has Wookie Bookie called in reinforcements, you think?
Nah, Wookie's on a solo mission right now. Look, the teammates are slightly preoccupied. What do you want them to do? Go
Right.
past by Istanbul Wildcats or Tornado
Yeah,
Energy
just
or
like-
Team Liquid?
Get your
Pick
hands
your
up.
poison.
Just get your hands up. Wave the hanky.
Oh, yeah, you
wave the
can,
white
yeah.
flag. I say, coming through.
Yes, apologies.
Don't shoot, dilly dilly.
We're interested in the bounty.
Oh,
The
perfect.
VIP. Orange still alive throughout all this time. Picks up another 2 to his name. Oh, that grenade might be bad news for Blaze. Flashbang through.
Oh!
Wookie Bookie
Wookie!
goes for it.
Oh!
Gets a kill onto Michael and kills Darnock D in the process again. No.
Wookie, how could you?
He wanted what's best.
Chewbacca, bad Wookie, bad Wookie. That's a bad Wookie.
I recommend he stays there because
Yeah.
if he makes it to the ground, if anyone, that is going to be his own teammates that are going to put an end to him. And he's just sitting, yeah, he's crying.
Yeah, he is. It looks like he's crying.
Yeah. My guy.
How does a Wookie cry?
Right, so quick reminder, this means that even if Tempus wins, they don't get any cash.
Wookie.
Again. It was a very promising start here today on the Sandhawk, and it looked like we might have seen the latter stages of the game when it comes to VIP
Yeah, like,
rounds, but
In any other situation, a 1v4 like that was a phenomenal move. He managed to surprise them and ram them with the boat and kill everybody on board. but unknowingly, Donald D was there. So, like, I mean, Wookie just pulled off an epic kill, and that's probably going to be the highlight of the round, but God damn it, Wookie.
Well, Banana Army is probably spamming RIP in chat right now as
I hadn't thought
Danak D yet again won't
Now-
see.
Now I feel really bad. The Banana Army.
Yeah. Well, Tempus, for some reason, are still actually in this in terms of having the motivation to do it. You literally can't secure any money right now.
0 coins coming.
Nothing is going to go your way. Finally, Orange will fall. He's been a nuisance for a while now to everyone else on the map. 17 still alive. James goes for that push. No respect for Pixelic, as he will be instantly eliminated.
Ouch.
Nixie will fall as well, and it's only Wookie, the criminal, remaining alive.
The criminal.
It's war crimes on Sandhawk actions like this, and I demand punishment.
Oh, Wookie, I feel like he's going to nade himself right here.
Denying cash is enough punishment. Now he's just...
Definitely, he looks like he's crying, but okay.
I'm wondering what the comms are like now for Tempus just after the fact that
Gee, thanks, Wookie.
she died.
Thanks, Wookie. Yeah.
Yeah, there goes their
That's
pizza
it.
for the night.
Wookie, you're paying for dinner and drinks.
As minimum, yeah, like, if not more. Istanbul Wildcats with 2 members still alive, looking to see if they can secure the $50 for themselves. Team Liquid are also alive. Etiget are also still in the game, and they've already have secured 150 to their name. Mexi will fall. That leaves only James.
And so, just to be clear, right now, yeah, it is Redline who have the $150 tag bounty. That's it, because they were the only one who got the tag on Donok D.
That is correct.
That's it. So $50 up for grabs here for the final winner, except it can't be Wookie. Can't be Tempus.
Yeah.
There we go. So I mean, look, we didn't get to see we didn't get to see the glider. Okay.
Yeah, well,
But,
that will need to somehow manifest itself perhaps in the nearest future. Depends how life will play its cards. And speaking about playing cards,
here comes Wookie Bookie.
Wookie might find Melman here in a nice little backstab, as the backstabber that he is.
We got character assassination right here on Wookie Bookie. I hope Donald D doesn't have a fear of water now. You know, I hope we haven't ruined boats.
I think she has a fear of Sandhawk right now, because as far as we've seen, she doesn't make it till the end quite often, or
Wookie's
no times for that matter.
moving in with the Glock. This is going to be great.
Etiquette's still alive. I like to see that.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to see Etiquette get the win here.
Yeah. Wookie.
Be very, very quiet.
Yeah, he's hunting Melman.
I'm hunting Melman. Look at This is great. This is great. Good on you. Look at our observers. This is fantastic. No, the pistol was
Well,
perfect.
Melman just passed there, so he really has no reason to look back unless he's just being extremely thorough, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the case.
Look at Wookie, man.
Yeah. Wookie's just like...
I'm getting so close. He really wants a pistol kill.
He's just going to put Melman to sleep here in a moment. Or does he want to actually just like... Does he have a pan?
That's it.
I wonder, does he have a pan? Careful. Oh my god.
Oh, he's turning right back.
How did he... Wait, he
I'm
didn't
so
see him?
I'm so confused. I'm so
He
confused.
didn't look weird for a moment there, so...
This
Wookie
is
just
the-
wants to...
Oh!
The full auto spray doesn't connect with the pistol, however...
Oh! There's his
the M416.
There's his 5th kill. Oh, Wookie's going to try and win it all, even though, I mean, why not, you know? Play the villain.
Yeah.
That's it. Be the villain.
Well, he's embracing his role right now on the
He
server,
really
as
is.
they say.
He
In the
really
meantime,
is.
though, bit of a standout between these three.
This is
Istanbul Wildcats as well, somewhere in the jungle.
PUBG LOP right here. Live action role playing, yeah? PUBG LOP. And Wookie is playing the villain. Can ETG hold on, though?
I mean, they're in decent position to do so. Rupture and James still in a standoff there. James just doesn't want to let go of these buildings. Would be fun if the next circle would fall in that crossing of those streets there.
There's some heavy hitters left here. You know, James is.
Yeah, no joke. And, like, look,
and Lazar as well. Yeah.
Team Liquid have secured 9 kills in total here on Sandhawk, and out of those 4 are James's. So, speaking of that, he adds a 5th to his name. Unless some cover will come through from Levin. Haha, James.
Ouchie.
Keen to grab more. Will be stopped quickly. Etiget for sure hear these gunshots, so it doesn't look like they're too keen on moving around. James tries to time that grenade. That doesn't really connect, and yeah,
We have
Rupture.
We have a paper down. A downed Wildcat on the roof.
Yeah, playing off sound cues, but the fact that Rupture is still on the roof does mean that he's providing quite a lot of info in terms of where the teams are on the actual teams, where James is in the actual building. Udir here as well. Seeing if he can add a bit more to his name. Raise your edge, 6 kills, and they're kind of keen to push Blaze here. Only 10 seconds before phase 6 is on the move, so Aduzi has an angle sort of to work with here.
Is he gonna get the res? Oh my god. That's fantastic.
Well,
he was up there for a long time.
James is unaware of the fact that, but he knows he'll need to make a move soon.
1 just became 2 though.
Yeah, I think James won't have a good time in a few seconds here. In the meantime, Rip9 finds a nice headshot with the Car 98. Laza decides to leave the safety of his building out in the open. No way he's going to be surviving that. Udir and Monkey already will fall to the blue zone. It hurts like hell. And Aduzi just denying himself to the blue zone as well. James with the Molotov in hand. Denies some ground here for Istanbul Wildcats. Nice peek coming out from him. Gets another knock. Goes for the pre-fire. Gets the follow-up here as well. And that's going to Istanbul Wildcats out. James just showing the value of his name.
And quick check. Wookie's still alive, correct?
Yeah. 6x red dot. All possible scopes put on that gun.
Good lord.
Doesn't want any other weapon taken.
This is what we like to see, though. Look, he's the villain, I get it, but doesn't it look like he's having fun? Like, he does look like he's having fun.
Well, at this point, it's probably just whatever, you know.
It's a good way to unwind at the end of a very, very hectic Friday PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify. This is what it's all about. Banana Army, our commiserations. Danok D is no longer with us, buried at sea.
Ooh, Laza have found 2 members of Etiget. They were so keen to push in, unaware of the fact that Blaze have already established themselves in this position. The grenade follow-up misses the door.
Doink.
I think they have a bit more in their pockets.
Trying for the window.
If Tempus does win here, so if Wookie somehow secures the win, the $50 will go towards the 2nd place, though.
That's it.
Wookie just...
Wookie's gone? The curse of the caster.
Do you want to test this out? Let's just name out a person and he's going to die in the next 10 seconds.
Rip9. There we go. 8, 7, 6, 5.
And Laza suddenly turns and just kills him. That would be
or
just
the
weird.
building just collapses. I don't know.
Okay, well, it's not going to be the case here, but it is a standoff between Etiget and Blaze. Blaze obviously keen to secure the money. Oh no! The last player from Etiget has been spotted. He's trying to lay down smoke as cover to see if he can go for some revives here. Laza, though, should have no issue of finishing him off. The blue zone is going to hurt as hell here as well, so Thunder lost in the blue zone, and that's going to be Blaze securing the $150. Oh, sorry, 50.
50.
Hey, this is Danumdi, and you're watching PUBG Pro Sessions by Printify.
Starting your own brand has never been easier. Choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand. Publish products straight to Shopify or any other store. We will take care of the rest. Print it, pack it, and ship it to your customer.
Now, back to the studio.
50, not 150, $50.
Oh,
I'm
good.
just incredibly generous. All
You
right.
are.
I always wish the best, and I want to give the max amount that we
Absolutely.
can. Obviously, if we're gonna give 150, it's gonna be coming out of my pay probably. But $50 goes to Blaze. Wookie is gonna be the final criminal of these Sandhawk VIP rounds. We have 4 different people that have managed to take the life of Danaki preemptively and denied us the opportunity of seeing the latter phases.
Wookie, Trumpet Monkey still loves you, okay, buddy? Yeah, that was bad. Bad Wookie, okay. But just to confirm, Redline have secured the $150 for getting the tag. So, I mean, fair play to them.
Yeah.
Burial at Sea for your entire squad and Donok D. It was very touching. And of course, we're going to have a call with Donok D in just a moment. But Blaze secure $50 for winning the match.
Okay, well, let's hear it from the lady herself, Danik D. Welcome back to the studio. You had an amazing time out at sea with Redline. So I just want to try and understand, did you see that boat coming early on with Wookie on board?
I did not. I did not actually. I did see that there was a boat on some point when I did jump into the water. There was a boat next to our boat, but I did not know it was gonna come back. So I assumed that was Wookie.
Yeah, I mean, it looked a bit strange from our perspective.
Yeah.
He was sort of tempted to go in, go back, go in, go back, but it looks like he eventually made up his mind and decided to go for that risk. Still curious, though, if he actually knew that you're on the boat. It might have been just like a random team.
I mean, in fairness, the fact he managed to roll up and get 4 kills with a boat 4v1 was pretty spectacular. Unfortunately, it just ruined the VIP round. That said, how would you, 5-star rating for the boat service out there? Good food served, good music played. What was it like out on the boat? Because it looked very dizzying from our perspective.
Well, it's a little bit dizzy because the driver was going all the time in the circles. We had the music actually that was pretty fun. I was dancing. Yeah, in general it was fun, but a little bit dizzy.
There we go.
So a bit of a scenery happening there as well. And I mean, look, back to slightly more serious topic. TSM have secured the victory here in second PUBG Pro Sessions. So I'm sure you're going to have a bit of a chat with the guys afterwards as well. And, a slight celebration.
I think so. Yeah, why not?
There you go. Is there going to be a Skype or a Zoom call party to celebrate or something like that? What happens with Team TSM?
Probably it's gonna be a Twitter. Easy
okay, there we go.
Keep it casual,
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome. And look, I'm sure you probably got straight into chat. Banana Army not very happy with Wookie at the moment, but do you have a message? Do you have a message for Wookie, the final person to accidentally kill you?
Let's see each other in Publix.
Oh!
Okay. Okay.
Damn!
All right, so Wookie needs to watch his back and definitely doesn't want to find himself probably out on a boat because we probably know how that will end.
That's
and
awesome.
Look,
yeah.
I mean, you experienced 4 VIP overall. Yes, unfortunately, we didn't get to see you make it till the very end. But was there an experience that really stuck in your mind out of these 4 VIP rounds? Something that you really remember?
I think like the week 3, the VIP game was the most fun one because it was the closest one to the end, and it was really interesting experience because to talk with the players, hear them talking, having this fun laugh, attract other players and them screaming, "No, don't do it, don't do it!" Like I was having a lot of fun here. So in general, all the games were really awesome.
Yeah. Well, hearing the other players, did anyone actually beg you not to do it? Because I'm curious, was anyone just like, please, can we just, split the cash? And
No, they were not begging. They were just like, no, don't do it. And I was like shooting more and then they don't do it. And I shoot more. So it was just like playing, So it was really fun.
I got to tell you, though, for me, still my favorite moment was definitely the very first VIP round 4 weeks ago when absolutely everybody followed you out of the plane and it looked like the D-Day landings, the 101 airborne, just everybody following you. That was absolutely hilarious. But now the good news is you get to go back to your regular streams. You get to land at boot camp. You get to pick up a gun and shoot people. So, I mean, yeah. No more.
It's time to let out that frustration
Exactly.
on Sandhawk. And I was a bit worried. Like, we just want to make sure, are you still going to be enjoying Sandhawk as before, or are you going to have flashbacks now about, like, dying too fast?
Definitely, you're gonna have some flashbacks in specific areas, but I'm gonna be enjoying it anyways.
Yeah, so expect new routes from Danuk D on Sandhawk and trying to avoid some painful topics if you can.
Yeah. Well, you've been awesome, Danuk D. Thank you for being our VIP and our guest star the last 4 weeks.
Thank you for having me. That was really amazing experience, guys. Thank you.
And as always, if there's a message that you want to pass on to anyone, to Wookie, to the previous Sandhawk criminals, or even to your very own banana army, let it go.
Yeah, just we want to see some yellow chat, guys. Show us those bananas.
Bananas in the chat, and
Spam
Danuk
it.
D, thank you once again. It's been an immense pleasure having you here in PUBG Pro Sessions with Printify. I'm sure we'll see if we can arrange something in the future alongside with you as well. It's been super enjoyable experience for us here in the studio. All right, so
Dude.
slowly but surely, you know, the time has come to start to wrap this whole thing together. So we kicked things off with PUBG Pro Sessions. The whole idea was to just give the opportunity for these teams to scrim on a slightly more serious note. At the end of the day, not so much money, but the fact that there is a prize pool that is a huge motivator, and definitely there was plenty of that here. Overall, $10,000 were played out along four long action-packed weeks. As I said before, we are packed with highlights and some quite comical notes here as well. We got to see how these teams act in a slightly different environment. We tried out a bit of an experiment with the bounty runs, because during the first 2 weeks the bounty rounds also gave you like four extra points. On popular demand, we removed that for now, so still the cash was there up for grabs in the second PUBG Pro Sessions. And I mean, Chris, what's your overall experience looking at, you know, you've really gotten a serious feel about PUBG now.
I feel as though there have been some great storylines out there. You know, Omaken getting that epic 19-kill round. That'll stick with me forever. I think TSM came through hard. They rolled through everybody. 50 kills in the last 2 weeks is absolutely
in the first
insane.
sessions, we were also wondering where's TSM and what's happening with all that jazz. Well, I guess they heard us, and the caster's curse was they were immune to it, at least this time.
And you got to give a shout out. I reckon if we played another 2 weeks, ETG they would be mid-table win streak. Nearly got a top 4 placement there this week. So some fantastic stories. Unity with changing team members.
Yeah, for sure.
Really pulling it out. So some epic storylines. I think chat's been great. It's been great on social media.
And we've been listening closely to chat as well, and looking to see if we can intake as much as possible feedback to have to provide you with the best possible experience. So if you want to drop us a message on any of our social media channels, we'll be happy to go through those as well. Overall, looking at everything that we've seen so far, I think there's still a lot of great things for a lot of these players that are yet to come. I know a lot of these teams are also participating still in PCS, so I'm sure that the hardcore fans will be following how the progress is happening over on that side. And I mean, we've been following as well behind the scenes just to make sure that we have a good idea how these things might pan out here for us today. And it goes to show, right? The Team Liquid showed up today, same as they did on PCS finally, so hopefully that momentum continues on for them. It's been a great series so far, and I mean, overall, just I want to say a huge thank you also to the production team, keeping up with all of the observing, all of the action that's been happening, letting us know in the headphones all the valuable and super informative information, right? They're saying that they're loving us.
They're saying something. Yeah, but no, I'm kidding. They're saying they love us. And of course, PUBG for making one of the most epic games in history.
For sure.
Love that. Love the chat. Danuk D and the Banana Army, you guys rock. And our sponsor, Printify. And it's been,
still merch up for grabs. Definitely. There are some happy faces in the chat who have already grabbed their T-shirts, their jumper sweaters, and so on.
And the final giveaway of merch will happen on Twitter, so make sure you're following on Twitter on Monday with the final highlights of this session. And yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say, mate. It's been emotional. Friday night next week is gonna be really boring.
Beautiful.
It's been beautiful.
Well, yeah, you know, next week, probably no PUBG Pro Sessions. There's still a lot of PUBG content available for you. For now, I think follow our media. Make sure that you drop us a like if you can, you know, and yeah, I just want to be extremely thankful to anyone who is tuned in, who's managed to upkeep with everything that's happening. For all you viewers that came back for all 4 weeks, you're the real MVPs. All right. So thank you for one last time. Thank you, Chris. You've been an amazing co-caster, co-host.
All you, bro. All you.
Extremely professional. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is going to be it. We're going to say bye-bye for now, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon sometime in the future.
wanted to earn money selling your own custom merch? Starting your own brand has never been easier. Head over to Printify.com and choose from hundreds of products. Upload your design and customize to match your brand.